Folks, we're here in Washington, D.C., looking at one of the biggest problems growing in America right now. In cities all around the country, homelessness is growing.
At nighttime, you'll see and hear things. Men fucking men, women fucking women.
And we're here to explore, hear people's stories, and learning more about this issue that's affecting people all over the country. Come with us as we explore. How do you think drugs get to the hood?
The government bring it. Get drag queens in the library? What the f? I gotta say it because you gotta.
People that are just surviving.
Welcome to the nation's capital, Washington, D.C., where there's money, power, and politics. It's a city where politicians and lobbyists make their fortune. After all, 3 of the 5 richest counties in America are Washington, D.C. suburbs. But amidst this city of luxury and extravagance, there looms a hidden crisis. You see, Washington, D.C. is home to one of the biggest homeless populations in the country. But there's something strange. It isn't out in the open like Skid Row or the Zone in Phoenix. The homeless here are tucked away. They're here, but you have to find them. And today we do just that, hitting the pavement to learn more about the city's homeless issue and speaking to the homeless in their camps.
Today we're in America's capital, Washington, D.C., to explore the issue of homelessness. Per capita, this is actually one of the highest rates of homelessness in the country. And I'm always intrigued by people's stories, how they started as a kid in a house and one day ended up on the street.
It used to be a tent city.
The city cleared everyone out of here?
Yeah.
An encampment built up over 3 years, cleared in just 3 hours.
The McPherson Square encampment will be cleared out on February 15th. There have been high levels of criminal activity and violence at that site.
Is homelessness a big issue in Washington, D.C.?
Yeah, it still is.
It seems like the city is doing a good job of trying to make it look like there's not an issue, but there actually is an issue.
Yeah, because I still see tents here and there.
So how long was this place home?
A long time.
So this used to be a good spot for you?
Yeah, because, you know, you had the churches and stuff, they would come here and they would help.
So at one point, this used to be a tent city, and some people might be upset. Hey, why'd you clear those people off? And I see both sides of this. On one end, someone that's in a very hard circumstance, you want them to be able to rest their head somewhere at night, and a public square might be a good fit. By the other, if you're walking around and there's feces and needles and people doing crazy and mentally ill things, and you live around here, you probably want it cleared out. It's one of those things that it's easy to be sympathetic until it's next door to your house. How you doing?
Good, bro.
Okay.
How's it been?
You look like you're borderline trying to blend in around here.
Yeah, I'm a businessman. I wanted to give the homeless the respect they deserve.
We're having trouble finding homeless people.
Well, I think this is the most homeless place in America, so we'll be able to find them somewhere. I think there's a bit of a trend there. Los Angeles, one of the richest places. New York, one of the richest places. DC, one of the richest places. All 3 the most homeless places.
You have an interesting blend of chess games going on, and then people that are just surviving. Find all these tents, but there's no one around.
This is turning into a very bizarre adventure we're going on.
It's almost more of a mystery than exploring the actual issue. We have our first person. So tell the people what it's like living out here and what it takes to survive.
But you can't tell people you have money, but I do. I tell them I get a Social Security check. And then they come around a certain time of the month, and then I fake believe that people are related to me, so they stay away from me. They got my passport, actually, my birth certificate, and my Social Security card in Miriam's Kitchen safe. They've had it for 3 years now.
That's a place that helps a lot of the community,
They're supposed
right?
to help people with housing. But I've been sending emails for 3 years telling them about the drugs, the alcohol, the prostitution.
Is it bad around here?
Once you go that way, at nighttime, you'll see and hear things. Men fucking men, women, you know, fucking women.
Oh, you got 2 tents.
Yeah, I had quite
Do you got any roommates?
I don't do roommates.
Is there someone that you feel like is after you or after
All the
us?
time.
Do you want to give us a little tour? So it's pretty bare bones. We got a yoga mat to sleep on, some clothes. How do you get fresh water?
TW has a water hole.
And do you use those to go to the bathroom, or are those?
I use trash bags. There's
What?
no way I'm going in there with measurements.
What's your most important supplies?
Soap and water.
I appreciate
This
your.
is bare minimum, my necessity. Social Security card.
We'll blur that.
I don't give a f***. You can't hack me. I'm Irish.
Me and Brandon are on a quest to be the best YouTube journalists on the platform. In honor of this, we made a t-shirt of us kicking mainstream media's ass, because after all, we show you the stuff that they won't. Limited edition, check it out, TommyGMcGee.com. You'll look fresh as fuck.
So this is something we've both covered a few times now, and I feel like no matter how many times we cover it, it still doesn't make any more sense. It's still puzzling to get to the bottom of, and I feel like it's a problem that feels like something that will just never go away.
Yeah, it's like a problem that even when you go into these communities and talk to them, they don't seem to have a solution, but they do have a lot of complaints, right? There's something going on in DC that it seems like they're doing it right.
It's important to me to make sure people are comfortable sharing their story with me on camera. So Brandon and I go off and speak with these folks to get the all clear.
How do people survive around here? Because I would imagine it's quite a job surviving.
It depends on the person. Because me, myself, my IQ is 144. So I survive over my wits.
If you were mayor, what would you do to help the homeless issue in Washington, D.C.?
I would fix the fucking pedophile issue first.
What's that?
It's a nasty ass town, I already told you that. Fucking Comet Ping Pong, Gordy's. I know all that shit, I don't forget shit. I know they faces too.
Are you talking about Pizzagate?
I could be.
What do you think about Pizzagate?
It's fake. This shit's fucking real, Joe.
How long have you been here for?
9 months.
9 months? Is it hard to survive out here? So how many people live in this area right here?
2 men.
So you sometimes have people move in next door to you that you don't really know.
What's up, Chaos, man?
How you doing?
I'm Mike.
What's going on?
I'm Tommy, nice to meet you. If you were mayor of Washington, D.C., what would you do about the homeless situation? What would you do to help people and make sure the city is safe?
Let me tell you why homelessness in metropolitan cities would never be fixed. COVID hit, right? Trump got everybody in the United States money. If you didn't get that money when COVID hit, you're just lazy.
Was that a good idea or a bad idea to give everyone money?
It's a bad idea, man. Look at our budget now. You got regular unemployment, you had the pandemic unemployment. Every homeless person out here was getting $785 a week. You would think that every homeless person out here would be in a house by now.
Not saying against the bullshit ass holiday.
What holiday's bullshit?
June, all the holidays are bullshit.
Do you think that Black History Month falls on the right month?
Fuck no. It should be June, and Gay Pride should be February. I'll be honest with you, I don't condone that stuff, but I'm not against it either. It's your personal choice. Keep it in your house, though. You don't see me off and just doing everything outside. Keep that shit in your house. Stop teaching my children that shit. Children don't know what they're doing till they're 18. That's common fucking sense. Fucking drag queens in the library, and they say it's an art.
On top of the free money, you got free clothes, shelter provided to you, city gives you tents for free. People like you come around, pay $10 a person to do an interview. The churches to come out every Saturday and Sunday, you give out gift cards and all of these things, right? 90% of that that's dispersed goes back into drugs. We're homeless by choice.
Throwing money at the issue is not going to do it, but it's more so making the resources for people.
Resources, that's what I mean. The money, you need more resources.
How common do you think mental illness is in the homeless community?
90%.
How common do you think drug addiction is in the homeless
100%.
community?
I disagree. I think mental illness is 1,000%.
Like, what about childhood trauma?
That starts the drugs. Yeah,
The females out here, most of them have childhood trauma from molestation, believe it or not.
What the f? I gotta say it because they either give the children dollars to give to the and they think we're stupid, and they got fucking help.
All right, man, well, thank you so much.
What are your takeaways so far?
I was skeptical about the fact that DC offered free housing and free apartments to people, specifically like veterans. I didn't know that they gave free apartments to them. And as we talked to people like that veteran we just spoke to, it's apparently true. So it seems that DC is providing a lot of free housing for people.
If homelessness is something that will never go away, this seems to be the best example of how to merge society with it I've seen so far. Brandon's going to approach and just see if people are interested in telling their story. So there's a lot of tents here. To me, if I was homeless, one of the things I'd be thinking about is having the right things to survive. So you see water supplies, pretty good tents. I mean, protection from the rain. We have a way to get rid of waste. You see some couches for relaxation if you're having a little date maybe. Can you tell the people where we are right now?
We are in Northwest Georgetown, Washington, D.C.
Tell us about yourself, Snoop.
I've been a Washingtonian all my life, born and raised here. Was doing good, COVID hit, hard time set in real bad.
What were you doing before?
I had my own detailing business.
And no one was driving their cars or leaving their houses, so business wasn't good.
I ended up on the street, started going to get resources and reaching out to different organizations, and got me some employment. Recently purchased me a vehicle.
What is life like out here?
Life is what you make it, you know? As long as you mind your business and don't try not to get involved with nobody else's BS.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're pretty much safe.
Do you mind showing us your setup at all?
Propane, you know, for the stove.
Is that golf club for sport or for self-defense?
Self-defense.
For a home invasion?
Yeah.
Have you ever had to use it?
No. You know, when it was cold, I got heater.
How is the winter here?
It was brutal. As long as you got some heat and thick blankets, you make it through.
Is the city helpful? Is it not? Like, tell the people about that.
The city is kind of helpful. It's not more so the city, it's more so different organizations that the cities get funding. And they come around with sleeping bags, toiletries, water, shaving, you know, whatever you need. They come around, or you can go around the corner to the local churches.
So if someone busts in through the tent, you're gonna turn into Tiger Woods, huh?
Oh yeah, I got to.
If you were mayor, what would you do to help the homelessness?
First of all, you have two different kind of homeless. You have homeless that deal with, you know, mental illness.
Yeah.
And then you have homeless that just fell on hard times trying to get back on their feet.
So there's some people that are living paycheck to paycheck, which is a good portion of Americans right now. I think 60%. It takes one thing, a medical accident, a car accident with no insurance, to derail your life and you're here.
Yeah.
There's another population that are mentally ill.
Mentally. The city needs to reach out and do more for them.
In the homeless community, what percent of people you think have had childhood trauma?
60%.
What percent do you think have drug abuse issues?
20%.
And what percent do you think have mental illness?
40%.
How do you dispose of all the trash here? I see there's a buildup. Does someone come by and pick it up?
The city come past and pick it up tomorrow.
I have to say, I've been to a lot of cities in America. I actually think that Washington D.C. is doing a fantastic job. They're keeping things very clean. It seems like the homeless people here are pretty happy as you can be, that they're doing their best with resources. Would you give them an A on their performance, or what would you say the government deserves on their performance for taking care of people?
I give them an A.
Yeah. So do people visit the camps once a month, once a week?
I have a counselor come past once a week.
Really?
Check on me.
How much does he or she help?
A whole lot. Hopefully on the 15th I'll be moving.
Really? Is this a separate camp or is this the same kind of?
No, this is a separate camp. You know, I call this the wild side.
This is the wild side?
You know, this is where it go down there.
Yeah.
How is it living out here?
It's actually all right, man. You know what I mean? It sucks that, you know, no running water, no electricity. What really sucks is how the park police can just come in and search us anytime they want. Like, they came in and they saw some brown powder on a mirror, a hot chocolate packet that exploded, and they used that to search my tent and take my weed pipe, you know? So it's kind of shitty how they can do that.
This is your car.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people would be surprised to see someone living in the woods you have a nicer car than I do.
I'm also a football coach.
Oh yeah? You even got tinted windows. How often do you have to worry about break-ins and your stuff being stolen?
No.
After exploring the camps in the woods, Snoop wanted to take us to an important location, Miriam's, a kitchen that serves a lot of the homeless people in the area. So we walked and talked.
Some people on the hardcore small government side would say it should be zero funding for the homeless. They're here because of their own choice. Why do I gotta pay for that? What do you say to those people?
Open up your eyes, because in a heartbeat you could be in the same position I am. Stock market crash, anything can happen. All your money gone. What you gonna do then?
It does seem like civilization is hanging by a thread right now. Do you feel like that?
Yeah.
Do you think things are actually gonna get much worse in this country?
The way it look like it, yeah, before it get any better.
Yeah. Hey, America's not perfect. We can do a lot better, but overall, it is a very good place to live.
Very good place to live.
How much money do you need a day to survive?
I would say no more than $40 a day to survive. And that's only because Miriam feeds you twice a day. So the only thing you really need money is for lunch. And then you have some churches around here that feed you lunch. Food is really not an issue.
Tell the people where we are right now.
This is Miriam's kitchen.
And this is a big part of the community, right?
Yep.
How's dinner today? What's on the menu?
They got beef stroganoff. They got a good dinner down there. Biggest shelter in the world is what? Welfare. Let me explain why welfare is the biggest shelter. Because you in a place that you cannot own. You in a household where there's a parent, and that money does not last for the whole month. So the last 2 weeks out of the month, there's no money, there's no food. because some states don't have pantries.
Are you saying welfare incentivizes parents not to be in the house?
Yes, welfare is the system to make you fail because they made property count and people sunk into it because everybody don't have an opportunity to get a good job and a career because everybody can't go to college. Even financial aid puts you in debt. Everything is a trap.
Well, folks, that's a wrap. And I think we had to cover, a rather positive story. Things are going well around here, and I think other cities in the country should model this because I think this is a good solution. What do you think?
Great solution. They had more help like this out here, things would go a lot smoother.
So people are fed, people are happy, people have a place to sleep that's relatively comfortable and nice. And I think that's humans coming together to solve an issue, which is what we're here for. So any final thoughts, Snoop?
No, sir. Y'all have a great one. Be looking out for me in the future.
All right. We'll see you next episode. I'm in the middle of the zone in Phoenix.
Yeah, he fucking killed his girlfriend last night.
What y'all fucking feel?
Hundreds of tents and people living here, doing life, and we're here to explore.
I died 5 times and I've come back alive.
They should have released El Chapo, cuz.
I just buried my daughter last month.
This many pills can get you your
Hello folks, I'm Tommy G, and you might be wondering how I got here. I've been spending lots of time thinking about the problem of homelessness in America, the causes for it, potential solutions for it, and it's a very sad and difficult issue. I learned that downtown Phoenix is home to one of the largest homeless camps in the country. Over 1,000 people occupy the stretch of city called The Zone.
The Zone. The Zone. The Zone. The Zone. It's from Jefferson to Jackson.
This is a place that assaults your senses. You are greeted by filth, feces, addiction, suffering, and mental illness. But also here are humans, many of which have survived unbelievably sad circumstances.
When I did get raped by the gang rape guys, it was in the morning when I was going to school. By the time they were done, it was nighttime.
We as a society have to figure out what to do about places and people like this. So today, we go boots on the ground in usual fashion to learn more about this and capture the story of The Zone.
I'm Tommy, I'm here with
Chase.
And what's your dog's name?
Riley.
Riley. Where are we right now?
Phoenix, Arizona.
Phoenix?
Yeah.
What do they call this place?
Cass.
What does that mean and what does that stand for?
I have no idea, to be honest.
Okay. How long you been here for?
It's 2 weeks.
How'd you find yourself here?
It's like a free place to set up a tent and like be able to sleep and stuff without getting in trouble, like outside, you know?
Of all places you could have been, how'd you find this?
Oh, I just like walked upon it.
What do you do in your day-to-day life?
Look for work, play with my dog.
Is it dangerous at all here?
Oh yeah. I personally don't go walk around over there.
The insane motherfucker sitting over on the corner killed his girlfriend last night. 1 week ago, they found a girl and that motherfucker burned up in that motherfucker.
2 suspects after a burned body is found inside of a dumpster near downtown Phoenix in the homeless encampment called The Zone.
Okay, we're gonna get checked.
Probably gonna tell you to turn that shit off for sure.
What life events happened for you to get here?
My girlfriend broke up with me and then times were hard between me and my family. My mom passed away, you know, and so I started getting into drugs, I'm not gonna lie, you know what I mean? I'm no longer continuing using those drugs, so I'm trying to get better, you know, because I just got out of jail like 2 months ago, you know, so these last 2 months I've been trying real hard to get my life back on track.
Do you have anyone here that you'd want to introduce us to?
Yeah, let me grab them real quick.
Okay.
Right?
I'm Tommy, nice to meet you.
Tommy, I'm Dennis.
Describe yourself in 3 words.
Versatile, perseverant, curious.
That's probably one of my primary ones too. Is life here, would you say, is it risky? Is it dangerous at all?
Honestly, it's to the extent that you make it so.
Do you carry anything, weapons with you or anything like that?
You don't need to carry like a gun per se, but it's like still best to carry like a shank or like, you know, something someone with. If you mind your own business and try to do the right thing, you're really not going to encounter any danger.
Appreciate you guys, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you. What's life like here?
Different, bro.
Who's your friend over there?
That's Chica.
Chica? What do you got on your chest there with the tag?
Oh, it's a badge.
Is that where you can like get access to resources and stuff like that?
Yeah, we moved down here from Illinois.
Oh yeah? Whereabouts in Illinois?
Carbondale.
Carbondale?
Yeah.
That's a friendly one?
Yeah.
Look at her tongue. So what led you guys to being here?
No. Robbed twice, we got kicked out of our apartment.
What percent of people here would you say do some sort of drug?
Everyone.
What's the most common drug?
Fentanyl.
Damn, that's really creeped into this country, huh?
Yeah.
How would you guys say your childhood was?
Mine was okay.
Mine wasn't very good.
What made it not so good? Did you ever find a way to escape that situation?
I ran away from home when I was 11.
You ran away from home when you were 11?
Never went back.
Did you have any siblings? Did your dad try and touch them too?
It wasn't my dad, it was my brother.
Your brother? Did he ever get held accountable for what he did to you?
Done it to his own kids.
You were 5 when this happened?
Yeah.
How old was he?
He was 11 years old and he was 15.
Well, thank you. Thank you for letting us hear your story. How are you doing today?
Doing pretty good. I'm here on SSDI, Social Security income. I'm getting it now because I can't be working right now, so I'm not a burden on the government or nothing. But I will be receiving welfare once the payout ends from what I worked into it.
How are you survive out here?
Right now, I go into CAS, get what I need, like clothing, emergency clothing, showers, food, breakfast and lunch. I stay here right now. I got that with a friend. I'm a prodigy of some sort because I got established with my college degrees at a very young age.
How old were you when you got your college degrees?
I was 5.
You were 5 years old? Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Minor in a few departments.
And what did you do with that?
And I got into the military at 8 to be thought of to be enlisted, but I was enlisted enough to be a participant as a higher level of a dependent.
What did you do in the military?
I was cook.
What did you do after you were a cook?
I was a preschool teacher.
How old were you then?
I was 23.
Okay. All right, well, thank you for sharing your story.
And thank you for hearing me out.
What are you guys doing? We're just getting people's stories and talking to folks. Oh, you guys are talking to folks? We're documentary filmmakers, yeah. I'm Tommy and I'm here with
Sheila Nunes.
And where are we right now, Sheila?
We're downtown Phoenix at CAS. Just in the last 4 days I've been here, there's been 3 deaths.
Is it tough being a woman here?
It is tough.
Are women under constant pressure for sexual assault and stuff like that?
Me, I was and it was by surprise. Like, I was thirsty and really tired. He gave me some water, and then out the last cup, he gave me, here, you have some milk. So I drank some milk, and I felt something go down my throat, and it was too late. I already swallowed it. 3 days later, I woke up, and I didn't know where I was. I was like, oh.
How was your childhood? Is there anything in particular you want to cover or talk about?
Oh, yeah. It's going to be really hard, though.
Due to the graphic nature of her story, we cannot share the whole thing in this video.
When they were done, they threw me out in the park, chicken park. After that, I just kind of went to the park and washed up, and then I fell asleep by a church, and then after that they called the authorities, and that's when my mom finally was like, oh my gosh, my daughter. She didn't really care. She just said that I'm gonna make sure I report you as a runaway, that way I know I'm not gonna get in trouble for what you do.
Well, what's your hope for the future?
I wanted to be a hairstylist and makeup and just be like in fashion.
I can see you got some art going on in your eyes right now.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you guys sharing your story. Thank you so much, okay? Just to give you a little idea of what's going on, like there's people passed out everywhere, there's people shouting. You definitely have to keep checking who's behind you. Imagine raising your family at that house. That's nuts.
What y'all fucking filming? God damn.
Real estate, so people can be hostile. Tell me what this area is like. Is this sketchy?
People that can't afford to live life, you feel me? And that's why they're out here, you feel me, in tents. They're out here, they're just trying to find somewhere to be, you feel me?
What would you do if you were mayor about this place?
I would get rid of all this. I would give these people somewhere to go, you feel me? I know they can, you feel me? Because this little shelter place is not it. I don't even know why they even got this out here. That's why Phoenix is getting worse and worse. Fuck El Chapo, you feel me?
Why do you say El Chapo?
Because they should have released him though. He told them, y'all don't release me, I'm gonna release the blue-eyed demon upon the world. They should have released El Chapo, cuz. Release El Chapo.
I just buried my daughter last month.
What's going on? What's on your mind right now?
Somebody to do something about this. These people need help. They're human beings. We're not pieces of crap. I worked my entire life in this state. I'm from here. I was born here. I'm a retired nurse. These people need help out here, not for people to spit on them and not give a damn about them.
Do you know anyone that can show us what it looks like?
What a blue looks like?
Yeah.
No, because ain't no one going to be brave enough. Oh, there you go.
So that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
So that's enough to overdose on?
If you take it like that.
So how do people consume that?
Smoke it in aluminum foil.
How much do they need to get high?
One hit.
How much does that cost?
It costs up to $30.
That one pill is $30.
Sometimes.
And how long does that last somebody?
5 minutes. Okay, my daughter was a methamphetamine user for the last 10, 15 years. At Christmas, she told me that she wasn't getting high anymore off of the meth, so she switched to crack cocaine. She got some bad shit. So on a Friday, she overdosed, and that crack cocaine was laced with fentanyl. Because people don't usually die from crack cocaine.
Right.
She was taken to a hospital on Friday night. They discharged her the next day. She died Sunday morning.
I met this gal 3 days ago. I said, I'm willing, because I get my Social Security on the 3rd. I get it every month. I said, I'm willing to get you off the street, get rid of your drugs, get rid of all this bullshit. I said, if you marry me, in 10 years, you'll be my beneficiary and you can have all my Social Security every single month besides what you make working.
Did she say yes?
She got murdered last night.
What?
Right here. Right
Someone
there.
got murdered right here.
She got murdered last night, man. And so I've been dealing with this bullshit all fucking day long. She was here helping set up the house yesterday. She is 25 years old. I thought she was 32. She lied to me. But I found out through counseling today how old she was because she'd been over there before.
What was your childhood like?
Horrible.
Yeah? What made it horrible?
My mom was abusive. My uncle, my family was abusive.
How old were you when your uncle did that?
I was 5 years old, but I kept it a secret till I was 23.
I've heard that from a few people now. At a young age by a family member. How common do you think that is around here?
It's really common. People can sit here and give you this sob story. They put themselves in a situation because this is what they want to do. If you don't want to do it, don't do it. You don't want to be homeless, go get help.
So there's a lot of people that are blaming the government, saying there's not enough resources. Do you think that's bullshit?
That's bullshit.
You think everyone's here because they're personal choices? Yeah? So if you were mayor, what would you do?
I would offer counseling for those who have suffered with grief. A lot of the homelessness has to do with grief.
Yeah.
And none of it has to do with drugs. A lot of it has to do with grief.
Because drugs mask the grief.
Exactly.
That all is for 20 bucks.
Yeah. I have a hookup.
Where's your setup?
My setup's right there.
Oh, next door.
Yeah, it's Rick's. Don't camcord my ass because it's really big. This is normal people live. Play it safe.
Wow.
My condom collection. When you're homeless and you're out here, just take care of your shit. Don't get into trouble. If you do drugs, do them at home.
This is a pretty good setup. You still want us to come by?
Oh yeah. Yeah, so this is where I sleep at mostly. It's really an extra space for people that might need it, like coming through or just need a spot for the night.
You welcome anybody or what? Yeah. Have you ever said no to a guest?
No.
Well, give us the grand tour, dude. So just to be clear, so this tent is the special.
No, it ain't really designated for that. It's really for whatever, but it can seat four, but it's more private.
Okay.
The rest of it is just pretty much self-explanatory.
How long have you been here, ma'am?
8 months, I think.
Okay. What do you think of this place?
It sucks. I have to say, they do give us a place to stay. There's a lot of resources around here if you take them. There's a lot of resources. They'll do anything for you. All you gotta do is go out there and get it.
What brought you here?
Getting evicted from my apartment.
Okay, there's a guy trying to...
Better leave, man. That's the dude. You know, I already told you.
Oh, shit!
You ain't even told these guys?
What's going on?
He fucking killed his girlfriend last night.
What?
Nobody knows it but fucking me.
Hey, we're gonna get out of here so this guy doesn't fucking...
Which church do you go
Willow Creek.
Go away.
So when you're dealing with very mentally ill folks like this, shit can get really dangerous really fast.
The insane motherfucker sitting over on the corner killed his girlfriend last night. When I come back from Fry's last night, walking at 3 o'clock in the morning, her body was laying across the street. It was all fucking ribboned off. Her body was fucking chalked out and shit. If the cops don't come and get him off the street tonight, I'm gonna kill the motherfucker.
Sir, we're gonna get out of here, but I wish you the best. Imagine trying to just be on your own porch that you're paying rent for. Endless amounts of people are streaming up and down the street on fentanyl, on crack. I was curious to know how this was affecting business owners in the area. So we stopped in a little sandwich shop and spoke with the owner, Joe, to hear his perspective.
Is from the New York Times. We were just in the newspaper.
A homeless camp crisis at a sandwich shop's door. How have you seen the area change? Has it always been like this?
No.
What has it been like witnessing the change?
Some people are afraid to come in.
Yeah. I can't imagine opening up shop here, investing all I have into a business, and then it gets taken over by...
Right. Well, we never had a fence around before, because I've been here for 20-some years, and we never had a fence before. So I guess, you know, I don't know. It's crazy.
Has anything ever happened here? Any?
Not really, no.
Yeah.
You know, no, thank God we've been lucky.
So Madison Street, which we've been on all day, has become the center of one of the largest homeless encampments in the country, with as many as 1,100 people sleeping outdoors. A man was weaving down the sidewalk in the direction of Joe's restaurant with a saw, muttering to himself, then stopping to urinate a dozen feet from Joe's outdoor tables. Like, how do you even keep people coming to a restaurant if there's a man with a rusty saw peeing everywhere?
Yep.
You've been in this restaurant for 37 years. 37 years. That's a long time to have a business. Most people don't make it a year in business.
Probably twice as long as you've been alive.
Yeah, just about. Now you have homeless encampments surrounding your business. You have a man with a saw muttering and peeing. What is that like?
You just have to come to work. Just like you have to go to school or whatever you have to do to succeed. I have to come to work. I have to keep my business going so that someday I can retire. You know, I want to sell it. It was at one time a booming business. And the funny thing is, now that I'm in the New York Times, it's booming again, but for how long? You know what I mean? There's the excitement of the ad, and people are very sweet, very compassionate.
Do you think this issue here boils down to three things?
Drugs. Fentanyl.
Fentanyl.
You know, fentanyl.
Yeah.
Come in the room.
We saw some of it.
Okay. Mental illness. The crisis with rents going up so much.
The thing is, we can be compassionate about our situation, but right now this is hitting your livelihood. Like, how are you going to sell this business? Who would be brave enough to buy it from you? And that's probably your retirement plan, right?
Well, yes, of course. You know, obviously, you know what I mean. You know, I'm going to collect Social Security, but you guys, I don't know if you work for businesses or something like that, but you get your 401k. You know what I mean, and you match it. You know what I mean, all that kind of stuff. So, you know, my livelihood is displaced.
This really makes me mad to see you in a situation like this, to dedicate so many years of your life to this. And how is it even allowed that someone can just be shitting on the sidewalk 20 feet away? How is that allowed?
I don't know. We sued the city of Phoenix, not wanting any money. We just want our neighborhood back. It's been like this for almost 3.5 years in a lot of places.
It's not that you don't care about homeless people. Right. It's that there's got to be a separation between being able to live and prosper and having people poop outside your restaurant. What kind of things have you seen that would be?
I've seen a poor old man in his underwear, you know, walking with a walker, who's on my property, and I go, "Hey, dude, what are you doing?" And he goes, says, "You need to get off." He started to get off, and I came back into my restaurant. I said, "What if he needs help?" You know what I mean? I'm so used to this craziness. So he came back out. He's walking down the fence line, and I go, "Do you need help?" He goes, "Yes." So I went and called 911, and they came and they took him away.
So Joe, this is called, what's the name of this restaurant?
Old Station Sandwich Shop.
Old Station. So folks, if you're driving through Phoenix, the Old Station Sandwich Shop, give them business, support them, vote with your dollar. Because I know that if I was running a sandwich shop here, I'd be mad, really mad. If you're in the area, come support delicious wraps, good food, and good people.
Thank you.
Of course.
God bless you guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
The future of the zone is uncertain. Residents and businesses have sued the city of Phoenix, and a judge has issued an order that the zone be cleaned up and disbanded by July 10th. Where will these people go, and where will they camp out next? I hope it's not somewhere.
Put this on documentary. You know?
This should be real.
Is it true you can touch fentanyl and die?
I'm attacked there by a guy who said things that I can't repeat. Violent, what he was going to do to me.
They're skipping the harm reduction part of it and just kind of just hooking everybody up with goodie bags.
Like the hotels really are the biggest ones, and all the funding that are going towards them when he's doing stuff on taxpayer dime, like taking trips and going to like NFL scouting things.
That lady's pretending to stab someone.
What does this trapper, this sketchy hotel, this mayor, this mom, this addict, and this grandma who has to carry weapons to defend herself all have in common? Well, as you know, we humans are quite interconnected and nothing ever really happens in a vacuum. All of these people hail from Denver and play a role in a city that as of late has been heavily impacted by homelessness, drugs, and controversial political policies.
Denver city officials say the homeless crisis is one of their top priorities, despite criticism from homeless activists.
And here in the Denver metro area are now seeing 100,000 quantity seizures are sadly becoming the norm.
The city of Denver appears ready to admit that its $100 million homeless hotel shelter program is not the best plan.
Tomorrow, the group House Keys Action Network Denver will hold a rally outside the city and county building, calling on Mayor Johnston to keep promises they say he has broken on his homeless policies.
Preliminary numbers for Denver's overdose deaths are in. 522 people died from an overdose last year.
But let's dive a little deeper, because underneath this, there are human traits that we have battled with since the beginning of time. The desire to survive by any means necessary, the battle with greed and power, the struggle of trauma and addiction, the power of doing what's right even when it's difficult or scary, and the hope to make your community a better place. You see, what's happening in Denver is happening all around the country. Portland, Seattle, San Francisco. And so what we learn here can be applied to other cities as well. And some questions we hope to get to the bottom of today are, do those who create the policies that promote widespread homelessness reside in the communities affected by their decisions? Is the Denver mayor and his friends benefiting financially from the homeless crisis? Why is someone getting death threats for speaking out and trying to expose some of this information? And of course, what are the economics of a trap house? Let's get boots on the ground and discover this for ourselves.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, bro. Active, bro. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Active. What can you tell us about this area?
Shit, you know, regular shit, fentanyl, gangbanging, politics, homeless, shit, you know, all of the above, bro.
Is this your area?
Yeah, it's the hood right here. Literally, the projects is up here, but this is where it gets popping at. So I just wanted to bring you to this little spot, you know what I'm saying?
How much has homelessness increased in the last few years?
Shit, bro, like a motherfucker. It's been going up and up each and every single day. Ever since the Venezuelans and shit, the immigrants and shit pulled up, you know what I'm saying? They just been taking over this shit.
We keep this shit 1,000 over here, okay? And that's all it's ever been. That's what
we're gonna put on a documentary. We just gonna put this on a documentary.
You know? This should be real, nigga. As long as you hold it down, you keep it 1,000.
You don't know you, nigga. It's Bracken. Fuck you talking about? He talking about you some junk.
Have you noticed a lot of migrants coming into the area?
Every motherfucking day. They deep. They come in.
And that contributes to a lot of the homeless.
They go out there. Yeah, they come in packs. Yeah, they come in tags.
We met with a collection of whistleblowers who wanted to speak on what was happening in Denver and to protect their identity and themselves from retribution. Many of them spoke anonymously.
They're allowed to drive without driver's licenses. They're driving around without insurance.
Are you allowed to do that as a Denver resident?
I'm not at all, no. With some of the migrants and homeless stuff, I don't know the money that's coming in because I'm a taxpayer and I do the right thing. I have to work hard every day. So I work almost 80 to 100 hours a week. So a lot of the times these homeless or migrants that are coming to Denver are actually getting money, federal assistance or state assistance from the government. So you could be a migrant and I could be the state or the city of Denver. You come and I said, well, here's $5,000. Thank you for coming here. The hospital's over here. Your hotel is over here. Here's some cash.
¿Te gusta el gobierno de Denver? Like, piensas que ellos son ayuda mucho? Sí. ¿Qué cosas reciben del gobierno de Denver?
No, nosotros no, pero sí conocemos personas que
sí han recibido
celular. Sí.
Muchos paisanos de nosotros han recibido ayuda buena, como un techo, refugio, alimentación del gobierno de aquí.
¿El gobierno pega para tu casa? No. ¿Para comida?
No, ahorita no tenemos mucho tiempo aquí.
¿Te gusta Estados Unidos?
Sí.
Now that you got a taste of what certain parts of Denver can feel like, homeless guys with guns, migrants, let's head to the Baker neighborhood, another area impacted, and talk to moms, business owners, and an old lady who was attacked twice in April alone.
I call this Jack because if you mess with me, I'm going to jack you up. This is a combination of flashlight and stun gun.
Have you ever had to use it?
No, but I wish I had.
Yeah? Why is that?
I was attacked twice in April. I was sitting at a bus bench on Broadway. A man, 40, black, nicely dressed, zipped up on a scooter, laid it down, locked eyes with me, did not look away. He jumped up and sat against me. And then he put his arm around me and pulled me into him side to side and nuzzled in my neck, holding my arm so I couldn't use Jack. Thankfully, the Lord provided a bus right away, and I didn't care if it was going to Kansas. I got on the bus and I got away.
A question this channel has pondered often is how do you handle the homeless crisis? One method, the one Denver is employing, is to flush the homeless community with resources like tents, clean needles, and free showers. And while that can certainly be looked at as a humanitarian act by supplying people with the basics to survive, for others it creates a neighborhood that is unsafe, dirty, and rife with the mentally ill. Furthermore, it creates a situation where the people that make good choices, the taxpayers, the families, the contributors, they end up footing the bill for a drug addict to smoke fentanyl on their dime. But what are the alternatives? Can you mandate the unhoused to stay in shelters and in essence create some sort of homeless prison? Should you make it illegal for someone to be homeless? Or should you sequester them to more remote areas away from city foot traffic? Is doing any of those things even ethical? And when you see people conversing with the sky or wanking themselves in a public library while shouting obscenities at somebody, it makes you consider if insane asylums are a good idea to bring back. Now, there are a lot of rabbit holes we can go down, but the summary of all this is, when dealing with a vulnerable population like the homeless, it's not an easy call to decide what to do about it. A lot of the times it's damned if you do, damned if you don't.
So how many weapons are you carrying on you right now?
I'm carrying 4. Well, this is Jack. I also have Dr. Pepper.
You don't got a Glock on you, do you?
No,
Okay.
I wish. And this is Mr. Tacky. If you attack me, I will cause perhaps tachycardia. Breaks windows on cars and anything else. And I have a small pair of scissors as well.
Describe the policies of the mayor and the city on homelessness and how it's impacting your life.
I'm not sure I can answer as far as policies and impacts. I know my neighborhood, and it's been impacted in ways that are inhumane for the unhoused and dangerous and inhumane for people in the neighborhood.
The mayor is enabling this to go on. He's living with his head in the sand. We have fentanyl here. We have a supply of drugs coming up from the border. We're getting free health care. Don't worry about if you overdose. The resources are here for the drugs and for the overdoses for the people that really don't want help, which is a staggering amount. We see him having fun and going and eating these luxury meals, and we all know that his salary is about $400,000 a year, and most of us aren't even clearing $35,000 a year.
It's just a money pit for them. Like, the hotels really are the biggest ones, and all the funding that are going towards them. I want to say a lot of people that run these organizations that the mayor is funding are friends of his, stuff like that. I know he's doing stuff on taxpayer dime.
What would you have them do differently about the unhoused?
This place is enabling, and things need to be done differently, obviously.
Every morning when I drive in from work, I see a minimum of 3 drug users in the alleyway, either shooting up or smoking meth or actively doing a drug. You can always tell when the new drug hits the street because depending on what the drug is, they act differently. Like, there was one month where they were really lovey and sweet, and then there was the next month they're all bent over like this.
Trank.
And then, you know, there was another one where they were just super aggressive, like super angry. I mean, we've had poop put on our building, we've had feces. People in America have just become too complacent. And I think we all need to stand up for what's right, and we need to start supporting people who actually produce and create America and make America what it is, which is people working and living and being participants in society. When we start giving more of our resources to people who are not participating in our society, that's really how societies fall.
What do you think about an institution like
I absolutely think we need mental health institutions reopened. I mean,
we used to have them all over America.
And bad people got involved, and then people were abusing people, and I mean, I know why it got shut down, but it is time to reopen.
I heard the funding for public safety, 911, firemen, police, that got diverted towards homelessness. Is that the case around here?
Well, we ended up with about 40,000 Venezuelans. I understand that a lot of that money did get diverted to house the Venezuelans that have come here.
The city of Denver spent over $70 million on migrants over the last several years. The budget for this largely comes to cuts to the city payroll, with over 160 positions remaining unfilled after they were cut. Moreover, the city's public safety funds have been slashed by nearly 10%. People argue that these cuts take away from the long-term residents while prioritizing newcomers, and this is one example why people are frustrated with the policies that Denver has enacted. Next, we meet Elijah. He overcame drug addiction and is going to share his story with us. Here's what we learned.
You know, I was addicted to drugs for a very long time.
What was your drug of choice?
Well, it started out with Oxycontin, and then it moved up to heroin, and then eventually fentanyl. I am 32 now, so it started when I was 16, 17. Yeah, and it pretty much the whole time there was consistent. You know, using. I would have spurts of getting clean, but this is now the longest I've been clean and stayed clean.
Were you ever homeless?
Yes.
How long?
For a couple years.
How do you feel like the homelessness is being handled, the drug addiction is being handled in the city?
Okay, well, I think, you know, the whole, you know, they wanted to house 1,000, which is a good starting point. But, you know, I've been in some of those hotels and those houses, and they just pretty much treat it like they were out in the street, you know, trash, drug use, you know,
a
diseases. Yeah, exactly. And they don't really know how good they have it. I really just think someone needs to show them. I don't know how though, but like the good parts of being sober, which is really hard. It's not going to be like, you're sober, hey, you're going to do good, your mental health's going to be good, everything's going to be fine. It is hard. I saw drugs in the alley. This was a place for them to hang out, and I think it was something because it was known as like a safe use site, which I don't know if it's entirely true, but they would congregate here, you know, get high on the side here when, you know, during business hours, but mostly after business hours.
Is there anything you think the city should be doing different?
Something mental health treatment, you know, that's, I think, the big thing in all this.
What did it take for you to get sober?
Getting clean was, I had to support my girlfriend. She was the first person I could talk to about it and didn't leave me about, you know, and so support was a big thing. It's a hard thing, and, you know, it's like these people, they don't have anywhere to go. You know, it's like the people want to kick them out, but it's like, where are they going to go? You're just moving to the next city,
yeah.
You know?
So how long have you been on the street?
Probably like a year.
Okay. And tell me about what you were paying in rent before this all went down.
Like $17.50 or something like that, probably.
That's a lot of rent.
For a little one-bedroom apartment we split. Yeah. That's up in Loveland too.
Okay. What happened that you couldn't pay your rent anymore?
It got too expensive, you know what I'm saying? Got old paying that much money, you know what I'm saying? So.
Tell me about how fentanyl has hit the city of Denver.
Oh, like a big way. You know, you don't do that drug does you for sure.
Tell me about the homeless hotels. One, I guess, have you checked that out? Have you considered going?
I don't want to go to that kind of stuff. There's a lot to do with like people saying like concentration camps and stuff is like conspiracy theory thing. Mm-hmm. But a lot of it is like they do these tiny home communities where like they shoo people away into corners and you're required to have an ID to get into them. Like they can't have any guests. And a lot of these people will seclude themselves away and like not have any friends, not have any guests over, and just kind of follow the rules just because it's hard out here on the streets and they don't want to be homeless anymore, you know what I'm saying?
Some people say that the nonprofits and the mayor, that there's people in power kind of getting rich off the homeless situation.
Yes, there definitely are. I guarantee you there are. Yes, look at all the different resources you have with like the INCAP and like the harm reduction businesses you see shooting up everywhere.
Should the city be giving out needles, pipes, tinfoil?
They're skipping the harm reduction part of it and just kind of just hooking everybody up with like, you know, goodie bags, you know what I'm saying?
Dawn is a Baker resident that's passionate about making her city a better place. She met up with us to discuss the difficulties of raising a kid in an area that's plagued by fentanyl and homelessness.
In 2018, there was a 25-year-old person walking home from the bar at 9 o'clock at night who was shot in front of my carriage house. I was the first initial call to action from the community where myself and my Black members, you know, got Neighborhood Watch going. My kids, they go to the Denver Center for International Studies 2 blocks into the community here. You know, one of my daughter's 5th grade friends died of an overdose.
5th grade?
Well, he was actually 13. It was her brother, her friend's brother.
Okay.
But I knew him. You know, he was a child I knew. I'm known as a disadvantaged youth advocate. I was on the board of the Denver Children's Home for several years, and I've lived in Denver in this community, in the Baker community, for 23 years. By the city densely populating all these social services and the transitional housing and the low barrier housing and everything in our community, it is severely impacting public health and safety. We've been trying to get our voices heard and no one's listening. You know, the media's blocked us pretty much all the media, with the exception of Fox News, which nobody listens to Fox News in a democratic state. You know, the public sentiment's shifting nationally right now, and we can see that happening, and it's specifically related to what they're doing to communities like mine. I stopped bringing my own son here. My son's 11, my daughter's 14 now, years ago. I didn't feel it was a safe environment. It was pretty dirty. And now it's just gotten much worse. And I personally have taken on the Denver Public Library Commission. I've been coming to the Denver Public Library to present to them. We have had 5 open distribution of illicit drugs arrests just here since February 2nd. The vast majority of crime is happening within 1,000 feet of this public library between the hours of 1 p.m. and 8 p.m. And you'll see the kids 5 blocks this way is a middle high school. They walk home past this environment every day. I have video of children walking past people injecting fentanyl. They'll just, and it's just all day, all night, people using drugs, people hanging out here. The library refuses to shut off 24/7 Wi-Fi. The business owners and the residents.
That lady's pretending to stab someone.
The Denver Housing Initiative, also known as All In Mile High, has allowed the homeless to set up camps in places like the Baker neighborhood. A key question is whether these decision makers live in the areas impacted by homelessness. City insiders revealed that supposedly only one decision maker, Councilwoman Diana Romero Campbell, resides in an affected neighborhood. So honestly, kudos to her for staying on business. However, it's been alleged that many of the other senior leaders live miles away from the homeless hotspots, and some of them even live in the suburbs up to 45 minutes outside of Denver. It's frustrating when the people making the rules don't face their consequences. And while I'm actually sure that All in Mile High probably has good intentions, ideological capture causes concern when upstanding citizens are the ones afraid to speak out. Many Denver residents, including social workers, police, and firemen, feared retribution for speaking to me, often only agreeing to do anonymous interviews or canceling the interview altogether. And let's be real, folks, if you're with your child in your own neighborhood where you pay taxes and your child has to encounter a disturbing situation where, I don't know, a naked homeless guy is groping himself and smoking fentanyl, isn't it crazy that speaking out about that might lead to an online mob assembling to dox you, get you fired, and even send you death threats? These are real things that Denver citizens have to contend with. Right now, we're on the phone with Do Better Denver. She runs an Instagram page in Denver where her audience sends her clips of crazy things that are happening in the city. She posts them, and just for doing that, she has received death threats, threatened to be doxxed, and she is afraid for her safety, which is why we have to alter her voice. She believes she has inside information that would lead people to believe that there is some sort of financial conflict of interest going on with this hotel, the mayor, his friends, and nonprofits in the area. Whether that is true remains to be seen.
We have to disguise your voice. Tell the people why you want your voice disguised and what you've encountered in running your page.
I'm just trying to showcase the condition that our city has been left in by these policies, and to receive threats from people for exposing these policies is just like insane to me.
What kind of threats have people made towards you?
A lot of violent threats, right? If I see you filming, you'll catch hands or you'll get capped, or a lot of threats like that. Well, I mean, that's also scary too, because there's a lot of people in Denver right now that are also filming. So, I mean, what does that mean for the average citizen?
Do Better Denver sent us some documents, and here are the takeaways she wanted us to look at. First, Mayor Mike Johnson previously worked at a place called Gary Community Ventures, GVC, and this place combines policy, business, and philanthropy to impact the Denver community. From GVC, millions of dollars have flowed into Denver election. In 2021, Johnson was president and CEO at GVC, and on the books, he earned nearly $240,000, and he worked 20 hours a week. During his tenure, GVC was the largest financial backer against a movement to ban group living. They won that fight, and one of the results is the law continues to allow the homeless to live together in hotels. Johnson then resigned GVC when he made his run for mayor. Folks, here's where it gets interesting. Now, the paper trail is murky, but a group called ULC is involved in the purchase of a couple hotels in the city. Possibly more, but it's a mountain of paperwork hidden behind LLC, so it's hard to say. But the two we do know about, the DoubleTree and Embassy Suites, are being used to house the homeless on taxpayer dime, something enabled by the group living amendment Mike and GCV fought very hard to keep. Now here's the kicker. According to Do Better Denver, Gary Community Ventures has financial ties with ULC, meaning that one could argue that the mayor, GCV, and ULC could have some potentially questionable motives.
We're just outside of 4040 in Quebec, or we're at that hotel that you sent all the articles about. So we're trying to figure out what our approach should be when When we speak about this hotel, you sent me a few articles. What is worth investigating further?
Well, definitely the security piece of it, right? I mean, I guess you could see if you could get in there. Like, they have a bunch of side doors for that hotel that, like, the security company, I guess, just pops open and people just can go inside. I mean, it's probably pretty dangerous in there. Like, I would be careful.
Yeah, I'm imagining a lot of angry homeless guys with makeshift... Yeah.
Well, and, like, guns. So... Homeless guys with guns? Well, I mean, yeah. So there was the double homicide in there, and there was a shooting inside that hotel 2 weeks after that.
People also say that he's connected to the real estate deals that involve the homeless hotels. That the hotels have been sold for way over asking price, and that he was a partner of some sort that may have benefited from that. Is that something that you've heard anything of?
So what I've heard is from...
This is all allegedly, by the way.
Allegedly, I heard from the owners of the Best Western and Comfort Inn that the Comfort Inn is actually owned, so is the Best Western, and we're actually renting out. They're renting it out to the city, from close to the mayor's office.
Can you tell me about the connection between the mayor of Denver and this hotel?
This one's a little tricky. So the Doubletree Hotel, which we call the Troubletree, is owned by an entity called 4040 Quebec LLC, ULC, Urban Land Conservancy, which is funded by Gary Community Investments. I think ULC loaned money to fund the purchase of the Doubletree Hotel, which would sounds to me like a conflict of interest, right?
If you could say a message directly to Mayor Johnston, what would you say?
I would say that perhaps he needs to start listening to the people of Denver, and maybe he should listen to my account and not dismiss it because he considers me anonymous.
Let's say other Denver residents are listening to this and they are fired up too. What can they do to join the fight?
I mean, I think they just need to continue to write their city council members, write emails to the mayor. I do calls to action. We just need to continue telling our city officials that this is not something that we're going to tolerate.
Well, we'll be in touch, and I hope you have a great day, okay?
Perfect, thank you, you too.
Yeah, bye-bye. And saying that someone has to be in fear of their life or getting doxxed to be like, yeah, a guy's doing fentanyl in front of children at school is a problem to me. Of course, if you want to understand how drugs are hitting the street, you got to talk to people at a trap house. Here's what these fellas had to say about the business. So folks, we're with two businessmen that run a trap house. First question is, how has Fetty changed the game?
Shit, that shit changed that shit crazy like a motherfucker. When that shit hit the stage to me years ago, 5 years ago and shit, you feel me?
From what I can understand, before it was crack, meth, and heroin were some of the top things to sell.
It feels like fentanyl replaced that. There's a lot of people.
Talk to, have you guys seen that too?
Yeah, that's the main thing. That's the main thing for me, for sure.
What's the difference between the pills and the powder?
Shit, the pill don't fucking kill you in half a second. Shit, the powder, you have you can do a powder for 20 years, you get what I'm saying? And come back. And niggas do fentanyl for a week and you're done.
Is it true you can touch fentanyl and die?
Yeah, hell yeah. If you get this shit in your pores, if you can inhale it, feel me? Like you open the bag and the dust get in your face and shit, that shit could make you have a little OD and shit.
How do you make sure you're safe with it?
Shit, gloves, you get what I'm saying? We need to put one of those masks if it's like that powder, you know what I'm saying?
Tell me about the money behind it. What can you buy it for and what can you sell it for?
And you used to go 30 for 30. You know what I'm talking about, 30s? Like fentanyl 30? Back in the day, you used to go $30 for a pill, you know what I'm saying? And then that shit started going cheaper and cheaper. It started coming in faster. Those go $5, $2.50 to 50 cents. You know what I'm saying?
50 cents a pill. Is a pill like?
It's not like that now though, but that should be. It's like to me, it's like the stock market should go up and down.
So you'd rather wholesale it to smaller dealers than be the guy that's going down the street?
Shit, type shit, yeah.
When I was a kid, my brother sold weed. It would make me nervous driving around. My stomach would hurt. I was always looking out for cops. Do you ever get nervous doing this job?
It's just a risk, bro. Real shit, man. Shit, everyone does that shit, bro. But it's always a risk, man. If you want risk, go to jail. Then shit, risk, go to jail.
If you're actually going at it for a whole day, what's a realistic amount of money to make?
Shit, up to a couple dirhams a day.
Do you guys have to interact with people from the cartel to do this shit? I see, so if you look at the drug overdoses, fentanyl is by far #1.
It's not even
close. How do you feel about that?
Shit, I don't even know, that shit crazy. I'm just dying out that shit, little crime could kill you.
I've heard that the Denver PD is really, really underfunded and understaffed right now. Do you feel like that makes it easier to do business?
I mean, I feel like that just happened because I just heard that they really recently just, they pull you over for broken taillights and expired tags and little lot shit no more.
That actually helps you because it improves your chances of if you're not
getting caught with little shit, But we always make sure we run it smooth, we ain't no dumb niggas.
Oh yeah, so like how long do you guys see yourself being in the game for?
Shit, not that long. I'm trying to get out this shit and use this shit to build something better.
How do you guys feel about like your impact on the world? Would you look on yourselves as the good end, evil end, or somewhere in between?
Shit, we ain't no the best people, you know what I'm saying? We have respect and shit. We don't just be doing no out of, for me, like some weird ass shit. Like we got morals and shit too, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I'll take leave that up to God whenever I see that nigga, so.
Does your mom know what you do?
Shit, my mom be on that shit. Yeah, so. I've been doing that since I was 12 years old, you know what I'm saying? So shit, nothing new to me.
What did you guys grow up like? What did your childhood look like?
Shit, I had a good little family till I was like 5 with my parents in the crib, big house, you know what I'm saying? Boom, they broke up due to their problems, whatever. So I got dropped off in the project with my granny. I was like 6, 7, you know what I'm saying? And that's when everything started from there.
Is it hard to get a girlfriend with this job?
Shit, some fun. Some like this shit. Some be like, nah, nigga, stay away. But some be like, nah,
I appreciate you inviting us.
Yeah, you told me about it.
Any final thoughts you have for the people?
Shit, nah, just keep doing what you gotta do. Stay out the way. Stay away from niggas, you know what I'm saying? Watch your back. And free the game.
Folks, we end the episode on a good note. We go back to visit our friend Dawn, who we spoke to earlier. And she's not just someone who talks. She does good through her actions. Here are a few people she's helped get back on their feet and win the fight against homelessness.
Tommy, I'm here with?
I'm Richard Garcia.
Hello, Richard Garcia. Tell me about yourself.
Humble, Christian, love people, help people. And it's like I've been out here for a long time.
How long you think?
I want to say 15 years.
What led to that?
A fire. I call it the fire. So for me, that's what it was. Other than that, here I am, striving and moving on.
Is that what you're waiting for next, is a voucher from the city?
Oh, no, I'm already in. So
how is it being in your new pad?
It's surreal, because now it's like I could say I'm going home. And actually mean I'm going home.
John, can you come here for a second? What was the process of helping Richard with housing? How did you manage to pull this off?
Well, it was Rico first. He's good friends with Rico, who I've known for 23 years. Saw Rico sleeping on the ground, really bad back, just like Richard. They're both, retired. I just didn't want him to be sleeping in our community park, and I said, how can I help you? So I went to the city and hooked him up with some housing folks from the city because I'm on a safety committee, and we knew how to get them connected with resources. We asked the resources to come to the park and meet with them.
I feel like if I needed to part the Red Sea, you'd probably be one of the first guys on the list I'd look towards for help.
I'd appreciate that. Thank you, my brother.
Have a good day, man.
You too.
I do want to, get a hug.
And this is Susie.
Hi.
You've been facing some trials and tribulations
Yes,
lately.
I have.
Can you tell the people about that?
On July 4th, 2020, I was standing over by the bus stop, and it was July 4th, and there were firecrackers going off, and a dog ran out into the middle of the street. So I put my hands out and herded the dog back to the owner. She got the dog safely, and with that, a woman was sitting here, and I was on my way up to the building, and she ran at me and caught me at the security camera and tried to strangle me.
Some sort of drug-induced?
She was definitely under the influence.
So you were attacked from your own home?
Yes. The result of all this is PTSD. So now I'm a nervous wreck. That's just a snapshot of what goes on in this building. My escape is that park. That's where I make friends. That's where I get a sense of belonging and community.
Is it possible for you to move?
It's difficult, that I can afford.
So her community is here. We're all here helping her, when she's not feeling well, we come together and try to help her walk her dog or whatever. She needs her friends.
And they've done that. They've brought me food. They've walked my dog Luna. Dawn walked my dog Luna several times when I can't. That's my community.
All right, folks, this was an inside look at the business of a trap house, impact of homelessness and fentanyl on a city. This was a close look at our public servants to make sure that they're doing the right thing. You guys let me know in the comments if you think this mayor is a good guy or if there's something fishy going on. Thank you guys for joining us on this episode. We'll see you next week. Some people say Milwaukee's not a dangerous place. What do you think?
now entering Milwaukee, Wisconsin. In 2018, it ranked at number 10 in the United States for highest murder rate. Also home to 53206, the most incarcerated zip code in the country, where 6 out of 10 men have been locked up. Stay safe and exercise caution.
You know, just be very careful.
Hello everybody, I'm in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I'm just off the highway. I've been begging for quarters and dollars because today I'm doing a Going Homeless in Milwaukee challenge, one of the most dangerous cities in America. And my SD card erased the initial footage where I collected $5. To show you what it looks like to collect money, I'm gonna go through it again. This is the mission. I'm gonna buy a case of water. I'm gonna sell that so I can buy myself a tarp to sleep on. It's supposed to rain tonight. I wanna buy some food. Here's my gear. I have a water bottle. I have a backpack. That's a water filtration device. Okay, empty backpack. I have my camping pillow here. I have my sleeping bag here. My phone will be going on airplane mode for the duration of this challenge. I'm gonna show you what it takes to get some quarters, bag it on the highway, and then we'll go from there. All right, let's go get some more quarters. Hey, excuse me, sir, do you have an extra quarter? Excuse me, I just need one more quarter to buy a case of water to sell. Do you got a quarter? Hey there, sir, do you got an extra quarter? I need 75 cents to get a case of water to sell. Do you have an extra quarter? I appreciate it, man. You don't know how helpful this is. Thank you so much.
I'm homeless too.
Where do you sleep? I'm trying to figure. Your car?
Yeah, I lost my house. I was paying the fucking rent, and the landlord, he wasn't paying the mortgage. So the bank came and take a house. Oh shit, I don't know. At least I got my fucking car.
Have a good one, man. Thank you. Oh my gosh. There's people going through really rough times. I don't really need the money, and that guy just gave me maybe the last 2 quarters he has, and he's homeless with his son. Do you have just 1 quarter? Anyone got just 1 more quarter? Do you got just 1 quarter? Hey, that's literally what I need to buy a case of water with it. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate you. Hey, God bless. Have a good night, okay? Okay. Should I get $3 and 4, 5, 575, 585. Probably took about half an hour to 45 minutes if I had to guess. What did you think I was up to over here?
We thought you was homeless.
We thought you were homeless.
Do I look, am I playing the part okay?
She said you looked like a football player.
Well, if he is homeless, he fresh out here, you know. And then I said, you know what, let's go back and get him. Let's take him to where he needs to go.
That's so, I mean, you guys are some of the nicest people I've met all day. I really appreciate you even offering.
When you got that camera like that, be careful, but you don't want to get hurt.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, man.
I appreciate you. Have a good rest of your day.
Yeah.
Okay, so you didn't need no more change?
No, I got enough. I got enough, but
Okay.
Thank you so much. I started this video with not a dime in my pocket. I'm gonna now go to buy a case of water. I'm gonna do it like an entrepreneur. I'm gonna get enough money where I have my necessities. I'm gonna earn it by selling something of value. I gotta make it out to Walmart, Capitol Drive Walmart. So we'll go on an adventure to get there. We gotta replace the battery and we'll keep on the mission. Let's go. How you guys doing today?
How you doing?
Do you mind if I ask you for some advice?
Yes, you can.
I'm looking for a place to sleep tonight, and I'm trying to figure out where the best spot is.
Well, the best spot is to go to the rescue mission.
What about that one on 15th and Center?
Do you think it's better if I just go outside?
I wouldn't do that. Not business color. Well, he can sleep right back there.
You got a good spot?
Let's go lay right back over there, back over there.
I'm gonna keep walking that way, see what I find, but I appreciate your advice. Right now I'm a few hours in. I'm thirsty, I'm tired, I'm sweaty and smelly. What did I expect though, right? I got about another pound of water left. We're at the Martin Luther King Public Library right now. Pretty much anywhere in America, you walk down MLK, you're gonna find a gritty part of the city. So let's keep it moving. Oh, shit. What the? Someone's gonna fucking die.
Well, have a good day, buddy.
Yeah, you too. Stay safe. Fucking car crashes here in Milwaukee. Here's someone's fender. So we're coming up on Holton Street. Holton is the invisible line that segregates Milwaukee. So Milwaukee is known as one of the most segregated cities in the country, and that's the line that draws it. It's a very quick change, you can tell. I am thrilled to announce I've made the journey to Walmart, baby. All right, and the question of the day, sir, is this. If you were mayor, they were mayor of Milwaukee. If you were mayor of Milwaukee, what would you do about the homeless? What would you do about the homeless issue? How would you help those people?
I'd take all the abandoned houses and remodel them. The Democrat in me would want to probably build up a new shelter or multiple locations where people can at least get some good rest, a good meal, and probably a shower. But the Republican in me says I wouldn't want to get to the source of why they homeless. Like all these abandoned buildings we ain't using, I'll open up probably shelters.
That's smart. That's smart. Take care, brother. And then would you have those people pay rent or live there for free, or what would you do once they move in?
No, make sure to get a job.
Yeah.
Where they can be able to help themselves out.
Okay, and one thing we're trying to figure out is, what do you think are the common reasons that most people end up on this street?
On drugs. Heroin, cocaine, pills.
A lot of alcohol, I noticed too.
Alcohol, weed, everything.
Mission accomplished, baby. Anyone want a water? Yeah? My first customer of the day. I appreciate you. Have a good one. You guys need water? You thirsty? Looking for water, sir?
Come on, man.
You're gonna stay hydrated. You're gonna feel great. I appreciate you, sir. Thank you. Looking for a water, sir? You gotta get hydrated, right? Anyone need water? Want some H2O? 2 for a buck. 2 for a buck. What up, man? How you doing? Yes, you got 2 for a buck, man. How you doing, man?
Just give me one water.
I appreciate you, man. Oh, you gave me $2.
I know.
Thank you, man. Thank you. You want one, sir? I appreciate you, man.
I'm just gonna donate to you. I don't want the water.
Oh, man. Thank you. Appreciate it. $11. Have a great night. Oh, it's starting to rain. The $2.25 left. All right, it's amazing how good that first bite of food is when you haven't eaten in a while. This is shit I'll never eat normally, but right now this is gonna be damn good. Where am I gonna shit? This is exactly why I got the tarp. It's raining right now. It's gonna be a bit of a struggle. It's just about to be nightfall. I got probably another mile to go to get to my spot. Moment of truth. Do I have the courage to stay out alone? We'll see. No matter how your life is going, you can always be grateful and you can always appreciate the little things. So here's a bunch of bushes right here. This is kind of the borderline that I want to set up camp at. Here's the pillow. It's not the most glamorous spot, but I can see people if they're approaching. It's relatively quiet. Good night, everybody. I'll see you in the morning. Oh shit. It's probably 3 a.m. Heard gunshots, pa pa pa. Car swerving. There's people yelling. It's easy to want to go pack it up right now, but I'm almost done.
And no, I don't think anybody really knows about me. Everything is wet. The tarp is wet.
Hey there. Are you guys police? Is that police? Ah, fuck. That wasn't a good feeling. I thought the Milwaukee PD was pulling up on me. There was 3 dudes on scooters. That gave me a rush. My heart rate was going. All right, I'm on the move. I didn't expect there to be so much traffic of people. I'm gonna pack it in, share my final thoughts in the morning. I have about 3 hours of sleep back in my system. I'm gonna take you to my campsite so I can show you the strategy behind it and also what happened when the 3 guys rolled up on me. There was a ton of traffic around me, 334. I didn't realize how many people would be going through this park around bar close.
You dumb piece of shit. The pussy you're going after is the worst pussy in the whole world.
So here's my tarp, and oh my gosh, you can tell how wet it was getting. And this is the parking lot where 3 people pulled up. It looked like they could have been on police bikes. The police roll up in their bikes all the time, but I think it was 3 guys in scooters. It was a pretty wet and miserable night. So guys, I had the luxury to pack it in, to go somewhere about 3:45, take a shower, get some sleep. And it's sad to think that there's people in the world that do not have that have to choose how they're gonna eat, where they're gonna sleep. I'm not any closer to understanding this issue than I was before, which is, you know, a lot of these people truthfully put themselves in this position with an addiction issue. And, you know, can you imagine being such a person that your own mom wouldn't let you sleep on your couch, or your friends wouldn't let you sleep on their couch for a month until you get back on your feet? So I don't know what the answer is for these people. It's a very complicated issue. I'm glad I did this challenge. The crazy thing was I got money faster begging for it than actually selling water bottles for it, which that blew my mind. Anywho, folks, there's a lot of people going through tough situations right now. The best thing we can do is operate with love and reason and try and work towards solutions that make this world a better place. Thank you guys for tuning in. I love you. Peace.
It's the poor that's gonna starve and die. It's not the rich. I think poor is somebody like me. It's a struggle every day.
You're struggling and stuff, just making gas money just to get through to work every day and stuff for that month.
The county is considered first or second poorest county in the United States of America, which we're not proud of.
That was yours?
Yeah.
What happened, man?
I don't know, but he came on about 3 o'clock in the morning. It was one of them things, I guess.
It's poor, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's poor.
Each year we journey to America's poorest county to connect with locals and see the realities of everyday life. This year, our focus turns to Owsley County, Kentucky, a community that's been covered by the likes of Huffington Post and Al Jazeera. Rural Appalachia, particularly Kentucky's coal mining regions, have long grappled with poverty. This region dominates the list of America's most challenging places to live, with 10 counties from this area making the top 25 in the country due to factors like life expectancy, poverty rates, and educational attainment. The question is, why does this area struggle so deeply with poverty? I mean, we're talking about one of the most beautiful areas in the country, and it's a place rich with coal and natural minerals, but it's also an area with low soil quality, so not much farming, rugged terrain, so hard to access and expensive to develop in. It's landlocked, which means no access to ocean ports, and so while it does have terrain loaded with coal and minerals, the problem is rich investors and coal mining companies came into these towns and sucked them dry. They gave the Kentucky locals who broke their backs toiling in the mines some crumbs from the table and took their riches for themselves. And when the coal business dried up, these companies vanished, leaving behind widespread unemployment and a devastating rise in drug addiction. In this episode, we dive into Owsley County, speaking with locals, law enforcement, and even those involved in the drug trade to paint a portrait of life in this overlooked corner of America. Join us today as we explore the poorest county in the country. And to give some context, this episode was filmed over the course of 2 visits, one in 2022 and one in 2024. Here we go.
Before we get into the episode, I got an announcement for you. We know mainstream media is dog shit, but thankfully we got the alternative. On my Patreon, you'll have access to videos like visiting the Chicago Trap House and talking to high-end car thieves. These episodes are not on YouTube, and if you think my YouTube is crazy, Patreon is on a whole nother level. Plus, for $7 a month, you get to be a part of one of the fastest growing independent media movements in the country. Oh, and by the way, I also FaceTime some of you too. The link is in my pinned comments. I appreciate you guys, and now to the episode. Would you mind if I asked you a couple questions?
About one of the poorest counties in the country.
This is?
Yeah.
Do you mind if we start rolling?
Okay. We got one-way street all the way out the courthouse. The roads are bad. Local law enforcement don't want to do their job.
So what's missing from law enforcement? Like what kind of crimes are happening that they're
drugs.
Not? What kind of drugs? Like fentanyl?
Meth, heroin, you name it.
And you said this is one of the poorest counties in the country. Yeah. Is that kind of like a reputation it has?
It's always been that way. The older generation didn't want no factories or nothing like that, so now the younger generation is paying the price for it.
So there's not really good job opportunities here.
You either work for the school board, courthouse, or the county. It's the only job.
So is there a high unemployment rate here?
Yeah.
And the people that are unemployed they collect?
They're on disability or live on food stamps, stuff like that.
And what percentage would you guess of the population is that, of this town?
I'd say probably about 80% of it.
80%, wow. Do you feel represented as an American?
Yeah, I did when Trump was in, but not now, no.
So you felt like Trump kind of had small, like little town America's back,
yeah.
but not the current administration?
Yeah, he had the people's back. He didn't have the government's back.
What about this current administration makes you feel underrepresented?
Well, a gallon of milk is $7 here.
So inflation is hitting people heavy. A gallon of milk is $6.
Yeah.
That sounds crazy. How could a town like this recover and have a second wind to it?
Well, they got plenty of farmland. What to do? Let some company buy something, build a factory, start give something for the youth to do, other than school and running around the roads and hanging out their own crowds.
So basically, because there's a lack of opportunities for the youth, they're running around getting into drugs, starting those the young, and then that starts a cycle that's going to keep the city economically depressed.
Yeah. I moved out of here when my boy got up to high school age and moved to Indiana, so he
have a better chance.
Now he's working up there and he's making $30 an hour in the factory.
That's damn good.
His wife's making $15 in that factory, so
And it just feels like the opportunities here aren't there.
They're not here.
So if you were president of this country, what's one thing you would change to help a county like this?
I would lower the price of food, gas, give more job opportunities to people in the counties, not worry about big companies as much as they do and worry about the small people.
So does it feel like the cost of living is getting so high that it just almost feels impossible to get ahead?
I go through $800 a month in food.
Wow. What percentage of the town would you say is into harder drugs?
I'd say probably over 60%. I've literally sit on my front porch 3 o'clock in the morning and watch people walk down the middle of the highway in their underwear.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Any final thoughts or any advice for us going forward here? Is it sketchy here?
Run.
Like, is someone?
If they don't know you and you step on their property, they'll shoot first and ask questions later.
Wow. Well, thank you for the heads up. Okay, so first question I have is, do you feel represented as an American? Do you feel like the government has your interest at heart?
No. Hell no. I mean, look who we got as a president, Joe Biden. I mean, not that Trump was any better, but I mean, at least he was making stuff happen, They're just running this country in the ground. I mean, look at inflation, look at gas prices. It's the poor that's gonna starve and die. It's not the rich. I mean, it's dropping a bucket to them.
What is rich to you and what is poor to you?
I think poor is somebody like me. It's a struggle every day.
Yeah. Do you have any idea what rent goes for around here?
$750.
For how big of a house or a bedroom?
2 or 3 bedroom mobile home, living room, kitchen, bathroom, washer and dryer.
Okay.
And then you got gas, water, and electric, and trash, and then I got car payments, I got credit card bills, I got personal loan debt,
Does it feel like you're barely staying above water?
Oh yeah, man.
Is there anything that you would like to say to the camera?
Get Joe Biden out of office. Get Donald Trump back in, or somebody better than Biden.
Let's go down to the courthouse where there's probably a lot of characters hanging out. This is known as one of the poorest counties in America. Is that a reputation that people are aware of?
Yes. Some want to work and some don't.
What do people do for fun around here?
You have to travel out.
Yeah?
Go to Lexington or Jackson or somewhere.
There's nothing fun in the entire town.
Here. Not a thing here.
Do people ride horses? Do they shoot guns? Do they play darts? Do they drink beer?
Beer. They drink beer and throw darts.
So you mentioned a lot of people are choosing not to work. Are a lot of businesses struggling to hire right now and they just can't fill a position?
They will hire somebody and then they just want to go home. They just kind of give up.
Pretty easy to quit, huh?
As soon as they get their first paycheck, they want to go back to the house.
Did you grow up here?
No, I've been here for 4 years. I lost my woman. I watched her overdose and die. I lost my home. I lost my vehicle, you know what I mean? I lost it all here.
So what do people do around here?
Try to survive, that's it.
Do you feel represented as an American?
No, I haven't even got a stimulus check yet.
Really? How did they miss you, man? That's Trump or Biden, if you're watching this, get this guy the stimulus
I love
check.
my stimulus check. Checks. I lost $168,000 in one day.
How'd you do that, man?
Let's told it.
Was it cash?
Yeah. Used it.
I'm guessing you were running some sort of operation then to get that cash? Yeah. So were you like a known dealer in the area? Are a lot of people struggling here?
Yes.
Is people not eating around here? Is that bad?
Yeah. I mean, people's going through trash cans and dumpsters. You know what I mean? It's not to make money, just to survive. You know what I mean?
Gotcha. What would you do if you were president to change the situation in this town?
I would take a match and a lot of gas or something, and I'd set fire to it.
What kind of cases do you encounter around here?
The warrants and stuff, people gets on them, and people non-child support, drug heads, and people on meth and things like that.
Is meth a big issue around here?
Oh yeah, it's bad.
Yeah?
It seems like it just keeps getting worse and worse.
And how do you see the cycle getting better?
I believe in everything and stuff, people's helping stuff with each other and stuff, and then these rehabs and things, that helps a whole lot too.
Okay, so this is known as one of the poorest counties in America. Why do you think it is that way?
I just got everything, people and everything and stuff. I mean, there ain't much in this little community and stuff really and things to do. And
do you think there's enough job opportunities for people here?
There are several jobs and things, a few that people could actually work and stuff if they want to work, but
people are just choosing not to work.
Several people just don't want to work. That's has a lot to do with the generation stuff. Well, there's some that wants to work and stuff, and there's some that don't want to hardly do much work because they rely on the government and stuff.
So welfare systems?
Yeah.
Do you feel represented as an American?
Yep, I feel pretty good. Yeah, I'd like to feel pretty good and stuff.
Do you feel like the government has your best interest at heart? And because I feel like some people feel like small town America is overlooked.
Well, I know they try to help everything the best they can and stuff. Seems like it to me, but I mean they can only do so much. We got to try to do the rest.
So you're about to slap some cuffs on somebody?
Oh,
huh?
Yep. They had a little thing with the transit stuff. They got their they need a ride. I give them a call or something there. And I said, I'll give them a ride. I said, just do the crime. And I said, I'll haul.
And where do you take them to? How far is the jail from here?
12 miles. It's the 3 Forks Regional Jail.
How's the food there?
You know, stuff. It's about like at the house and everything. I mean, they fix them 3 meals a day, and they got breakfast and then they lunch, and then they'll have a dinner at the evening.
What does struggling look like here? Like how tough does it get?
It gets pretty tough, and some jobs and everything might pay like every 2 weeks and stuff to get by, and it helps a lot and everything getting gas stuff. But then there's some jobs that might not get paid and everything like once a month, and you're struggling and everything and stuff, just making gas money just to get through to work the every day and stuff for that month to get your paycheck.
And what does rent go for around here?
Oh God, it's about $600 a month someplace.
For how big of a house?
Just a single wide trailer and things.
So this 12 eggs and like the cheap kind, $3.60. At Walmart or Aldi, that would be $2.50. Yeah, this is expensive. Like you're paying as much for these eggs, and these are the factory farmed ones, as you would pay. It's more than what you would pay at Aldi for the pasture raised, a really nice egg. So have you noticed the food prices jumping lately? Tell me from your experience.
Yes.
Yeah? What in particular? Is there anything specific that you've been buying that all of a sudden has jumped?
Everything.
How much do you think your grocery bill has gone up?
Oh, I'd say about $200,000 or $300,000 a month more.
Really? That's a lot of money.
Yes, it is.
And why do you think that is? It's tough.
Big.
I don't know. I would say because, of the area, I would say, because, where we live in this rural area, where gas was so high.
Has your budget also gone up by $200 or $300 a month? Is there any specific food item that you've noticed has jumped?
Eggs is one of it.
Milk.
Yeah, hamburgers.
2 or 3 years ago, what could you buy eggs for?
$1.99 or something, $1.50.
I worked in the store for 35 years. Eggs used to go for 99 cents a dozen, 89, 79.
So it's nearly doubled or tripled?
Yeah,
They're almost $4 a 12 for a dozen.
Yeah.
This is also known as one of the poorest counties in the country, right? What to you is rich and what to you is poor? Like how much a year do you have to make or a month do you have to make to be rich, and how much do you have to be making to be poor?
You have to make a lot to be rich, wouldn't you? Probably $100,000 a year or something.
Yeah.
Okay. And what's poor here? Like if you're making under a certain amount, like, okay, what's...
I make a pretty good living, but I'm still poor. I mean, I just live paycheck to paycheck, so...
What's the average cost of rent here?
I heard it was $700 or $800 a month.
And what kind of place is that?
Probably something you could throw your leg through, or see the wall, or see the ground.
Is that like a 2-bedroom? Is that a trailer? Is that a side-by-side? Is that a...
One bedroom. One bedroom place is that high.
We're here in the beautiful state of Kentucky to dive into the poorest county in America, Owsley County. We actually were here 2 years ago and did a piece, but we just didn't think we did it justice, so we're back to cover it properly. My concern for America is that people are right now. When you are paying $20 for eggs, cheese, and sausage, and cost of rent's going up, your utility bill is going up, wages have stayed stagnant, jobs have gone overseas. Without further ado, folks, Owsley County, Kentucky. What's life like around here?
It's pretty boring, to tell you the truth.
See, you're strapped up.
They like to rob you.
There's a lot of robberies around here?
Yeah.
You ever have to use it?
Not yet.
That's good.
Not on people, anyway.
Okay. What do people do for fun around here?
They ain't much around here, too, though, to tell you the truth.
You don't square dance or do any of that?
Nah, they ain't nothing like that around here anymore. They used to be all kinds of stuff, but now they ain't nothing.
How have things been economically with cost of living going up, rent going up, things like that? What has that been like in the area?
It's pretty rough on a lot of it because just ain't got the money to do it. Just like my truck and that stuff history and me out paying bills, trying to. It cost me almost $400 to get it fixed.
To get your truck fixed?
Yeah, that's most of my money right there.
Are there a good amount of jobs around here?
No, they ain't nothing.
What are my options?
A dollar store would be.
If you could talk directly to the president, what would you tell him?
I'd tell him to bring some jobs around here where people have something to do besides out stealing and robbing and...
A job will give someone something to do besides stealing and robbing?
Yeah. Might get them off all these drugs.
All right, brother. If you're a true American, you want America to be better for everybody. So how do we get there? What's the roadmap? What are the hurdles in our way? And what are some actual solutions that could get us there? I happen to think that with the amount of money going in with taxes into the federal government and state governments every year, you gotta imagine that there's better solutions than what's been going on now. Nice to meet you. Tell people where we are right now.
Right now we're in Boonville, Kentucky, just outside of town.
Boonville sounds like a city from a movie.
It's got something to do with, they say Daniel Boone camped out here, you know.
What is Daniel Boone known for again?
He was like the Cumberland Gap, stuff like that.
The Gap, West Virginia Gap.
Tell the people about Boonville.
Basically, you know, like 98% all white population. Everybody knows everybody.
Some people call Owsley County the poorest county in America.
Well, yeah, see, I seen your other video on, what was it, McCreary?
Yeah.
It said that was the poorest county, but, you know, I've heard Owsley County, Lee County.
So it's poor, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's poor.
Is that a reputation that people are aware of or they think about?
No, not really, you know.
To you, what is rich? Like, if I make this amount in a year, you're like, I'm good.
But it ain't about money, you know, it's like, you know, your living situation, how you want to live and doing whatever you want to do.
All right, we'll see you in a few. You can tell just by who's shopping at the gas station that meth is definitely an issue in the area. My hunch tells me that fentanyl has creeped in here too. I know that this is kind of middle America and some of the trends that happen in LA, New York are slow to hit, but fentanyl has pretty much creeped in everywhere now. So I want to explore a little bit more about that. One of the questions in my head is, does poverty cause drug addiction? Like the misery of poverty, you mask it up with drugs, or by getting into drugs, does that cause poverty? Chicken before the egg kind of question. Anyways, we're driving through the beautiful hill country of Kentucky. There's bluffs, there's trees, there's wildlife, the birds are chirping. I'm gonna go a little bit deeper into Owsley County and talk to the locals.
Gage said he had some friends he wanted to introduce us to and to follow him, so we left the parking lot and hit the dusty trail. Here's what happened.
We've been on a dirt road for a little while now, and this is only a spot that a local could bring you into. Hey, buddy.
They don't bite, they just bark.
My dog's like that too. Come here. Hey, puppy.
Come. She didn't like it.
What's her name?
Gracie.
That and our baby.
The little guys are the ones you gotta watch out for with the dog.
Yeah, I run slap over top of that little fella in my car.
Yeah?
We went over him. I mean, blood and everything coming out of his mouth.
You said you ran over him?
I backed up and turned it back over him.
Yeah. He's doing okay, huh?
Yeah, I give him medicine. Doctor came out.
Yeah.
Where y'all from?
We're from Milwaukee.
Well,
Yeah. Good to meet you. I'm Tommy.
you too. I'm Isaac Bowley.
Isaac, nice to meet you.
You too, buddy.
Did you grow up around here?
I grew up in Owsley County, not right here, but up Buffalo part of it.
You love it here?
Yeah.
What do you love about it?
I don't know. It seems like you can live here better than you can away. I tried living in Ohio, Indiana, and Michigan, and places like that, but to come down here, it's easier living,
Yeah.
you know, stuff. And you don't have as much traffic, and, you know, it's more peaceful.
You seem like a man that wouldn't like traffic.
I don't like it. I come through Atlanta, Georgia one morning, and it was rush hour, running 100 miles an hour, and I had a 21-foot trailer behind me, driving a truck like that right there.
You sound like a menace on the road.
I mean, I had to. The man I was riding with, he had a heart problem, but he's having a heart attack or something. He said he couldn't do it.
If I was in your car driving 100 with you, I'd probably have a heart attack too. I'm kind of a weenie when it comes to high speeds.
Well, if everything's running that fast, and you had to get in the lane over here, and you was in this lane, you had to get past them.
Yeah. So how has this area changed over time? What was it like when you were a kid?
Well, where I was born, up in Upper Buffalo, there wasn't no traffic. There wasn't no cars up in there. I remember the first car I ever seen. It was no about a 50 model Chevrolet truck.
When I look around this landscape, I feel like this is what America looked like for many, many years before cities ever came to be.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Graduated high school and really been working around here ever since.
What do your folks do?
My mom's phlebotomist down here right next to the BP down there.
So if I need some blood, she's who I go to?
Yeah.
I see something went down here. That was yours?
Yeah.
What happened there?
Don't know, buddy. Come on about 3 o'clock in the morning, smoke some out the windows.
You got a mean ex-girlfriend or something?
That's what I was trying to figure out, yeah. I don't think I made one that mad, though.
What do you think happened?
I just don't know. Just one of them things, I guess.
How long ago did this happen?
2 months ago.
That's a big life event to have your house burned down.
It's pretty bad, yeah.
I mean, I guess insurance isn't going to cover this?
But I know insurance.
Yeah, that's pretty rough, man.
Yeah.
How has Owsley changed over time? From when you were a kid to now, how has it changed?
Well, we've got like a new road, a new 30 coming out of Bateville there, you know. Well, we've got a stoplight down there now, costing like one red light.
So when you grew up, there was no stoplight?
No, we just had a flashing caution light there.
Yeah. What are the pros and cons of a small town?
Oh, well, of course, you got everybody in your business all the time, you know.
Is it hard to find a lady to court around here?
You can find plenty of them, but now it's hard to what they are.
What do you look for in a woman?
I gave it up. I'm 75 years old.
How long have you given up looking for love?
Since my wife died.
Man,
you know.
I'm sorry to hear that. When was that?
She died when she was 60.
You guys are about the same age?
Yeah, we're the same age.
I have to die first. That's what I told my wife, because
Well,
I don't think I could.
first, you know, it's hard. I mean, I lived with her 42 years.
Life can be a lot of love and joy, but it can also be a lot of tragedy.
It can be good or it can be bad, sure can. If you find a good woman, you find a good thing. But if you find a bad one on you, you find the worst thing in the world.
Sweet Cheeks is a wonderful woman. That's my wife. Shout out to Sweet Cheeks, by the way.
A woman can kill a man, run him crazy, I mean, just destroy him.
The younger generation, I feel like they're slower to get married, and some of them don't even want to get married. What do you think about that?
I think they're wise not to want to get married.
Why is that?
They always break up with it.
And when you lose them, I can't imagine that, man.
Yeah, that's a bad feeling. I mean, it's the worst feeling in the world. It's like part of you died, I mean, with her.
Do you feel like it's
in a hole and can't get out? That's what it's. That's an awful feeling.
Do you believe in the afterlife? Do you believe in heaven?
Yeah, I believe we'll meet again.
If I want to date someone around here, what are my options? Where do I go to find them? What do you look for?
Oh man,
Tinder?
No, it's
Not Tinder.
No, not around here.
Are people on Tinder?
Sure they are, but they're probably like registered to Lexington or somewhere where there's more people. You know what I mean?
Do you also have to drive kind of far to find them?
Oh yeah, I mean besides the same old ones around here,
So if you found love, you found a woman, and she said, hey, but you gotta move to Lexington or Louisville, would you do it? Or you say, hey, I want you to live in the country with me?
Well, I guess if I loved her enough, I probably would.
What do you fellas do for fun?
We go fishing or something like that, or just.
Is there a good creek around here?
All these rivers and creeks, yeah.
What can you catch around here?
You can catch catfish, bass, crappie.
So I noticed in the South a lot that people have a lot of cars on their property. Is everyone just kind of working on a project?
Yeah, most of them, is like parts cars they buy for parts. They'll put the parts they need off the car.
Okay, so rather than buy, let's say, 3 parts for $1,000, you might buy the whole car for a few $100, and then you can mix and match what you want off of it. So I'd imagine that people around here are fairly handy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, everybody's self-sufficient most of them.
And if I wanted to find a job around here, is that hard to do?
Ooh, yeah.
You'd be screwed.
Yeah?
It's pretty hard,
Or, mowing yards. That's what I'm doing right now.
You do some welding as well.
I went to school for it, yeah.
How far do you have to drive to find a welding job?
At least to Lexington, so what?
Yeah, at least to Lexington.
75.
You have to commute that far just for a good job?
Yeah.
So when people say like there's just not shit around here to do or shit around here for employment, they mean it.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Did there used to be something in town and then it went overseas, or has it just always been not that much?
When they done the tobacco buyout.
Yeah, it used to be the tobacco.
Yeah. Do you guys still believe in the American dream?
Oh yeah.
And what does that mean to you?
Living free, doing whatever you want, I'd say we probably live pretty close to it as you can get right now.
And what makes this place free?
Being able to get out and, roam around the hills and be outside.
Going back to the whole job thing, so if you don't have a job, what % of people would you say are on the draw?
Pretty high percentage.
Let's talk about rural welfare, which around here people refer to as being on the draw. In Kentucky, about 1 in 8 people live below the poverty line. But when we shift to the more rural Appalachian area of the state, that number jumps to 1 in 5. So to remain afloat and have their basic needs met, many of these families turn to welfare. A family of 3 that qualifies for welfare receives about $524 per month. For many families, of course this helps, but this is still a life on a bare bones budget that doesn't allow much margin for error. Like for example, remember the guy earlier this episode that was having trouble with the $400 bill to fix his truck? Yeah, that's a lot of folks around here. The pressures of poverty and the rising cost of everyday living is leading some people to wonder if the American dream is still within reach.
If someone's on the draw, how much are they getting a month and how much does it actually help?
Not exactly for sure on the amounts. I think it probably varies depending on what you draw.
And how many kids you have.
Disability, stuff like that.
We just sent $90 billion overseas to fight wars in places that isn't our country. And what do you guys think about that when you see our government send our tax money overseas like that?
Slap in the face,
We just get screwed.
Using that money to help us,
If they built a brand new manufacturing plant or 2 in the area, do you think people would be flocking to sign up for that?
Oh my God.
Door you line up.
They'll be fighting.
People be fighting to get a job?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I want to draw attention to a pair of tits I see on your arm. Who is that?
That's, I don't know who she is.
She has a nice rack, eh?
Yeah.
You asked me what my bucket list was. Right there it is.
Do your own tattoo?
I've done it, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Tell the people what that means to you.
A big paleo point, it's just an extremely rare thing to find. Probably worth about 10 grand.
The arrowheads?
What are they using?
Yeah, that would be worth at least 10 grand.
What are they using?
Is this a place in America that probably gets forgotten about? It's not hip and trendy. It's not the LAs and New Yorks of the world. People just call it bum or podunk. And so because of that, no one needs to run on a campaign that's going to help this place because, well, it's only a few thousand votes. Who cares? As long as I win the cities, I win the election.
You feel like a lot of people suffer from like depression around here?
Oh yeah.
What do people do to get help? Is it just like self-medicating, or is a lot of resources?
Yeah, a lot of people do drugs.
What percentage of people you would say are on something?
50 to 65%.
One of the things we're covering is rising cost of living, and groceries are a big part of that. We're at the one grocery store in town. How do you think about the prices here?
A little high.
A little high?
Everywhere you go in America, locals will tell you about the crazy grocery prices. US Today states that the average American family now spends over $1,000 on groceries, and the US Department of Agriculture says grocery prices are up 25% since 2019. Due to crippled supply chains, it was kind of understandable that food prices went up during COVID, but even then it still felt like we were being gouged by grocery stores, and it turns out we were. The Federal Trade Commission released a report that said large grocery store chains exploited product shortages during the pandemic by raising prices significantly more than needed to cover their added costs, and they continue to reap excessive profits. And not only did they gouge us, but we've also now been hit with shrinkflation, which is the practice of items decreasing in size, but they still charge us the same amount. Many people are feeling stretched to a breaking point when it comes to feeding their family. And in a town like this with only one grocery store and no competition on pricing, it is especially tough.
Do you feel like the cost of living has just gone up in the last few years?
Oh, definitely.
Where have you seen it most?
Groceries, gas, just everything really, you know what I mean?
Do you think more and more people are just stretched?
Oh yeah, definitely stretched thin. $100 bill, you know, is like a 20 used to be, you know what I mean?
Like one thing I've seen from cities to here is like I can go either as cheap as I can, like Aldi and Walmart, or I can go expensive like Whole Foods or fancy shop. But here you got one option to shop. So let's just go walk in and let's look at the prices. A dozen for $4.50. Do you remember when that used to be like $1 for a dozen only a few years ago?
Oh yeah.
The cheese, $3.09. $5.60. One of the things that happened from the pandemic is like they raised all the prices after the pandemic, but then once things went back to normal, they never raised them back down again.
Right.
When you see corporations having record profits, like what goes through your head right now?
Well, inflation's just killing them. That's the bottom line.
Do you know how much you spend on groceries in a month?
$300 to $500.
What do you think needs to happen to make like more people proud to be an American?
I think with the whole immigration ordeal right now, like I think we need to slow way down on that, because you know we're letting all these, I mean they're illegal aliens in, and you know we're giving them all this, you know, they give them food stamps and they give them checks every month, and there's American people that are out here starving, you know, homeless veterans. That right there, I mean, that's a shame to America, to me.
To really understand something, you gotta go straight to the source. And to understand drugs in rural America, you gotta talk about meth. So we found ourselves a meth dealer that was willing to talk. This is what he had to say.
We're deep in the Kentucky woods and I wanted to learn more about the drugs that are moving through the community. I'm here with, and Jay, what are you in the business in?
Methamphetamine, fentanyl, heroin, that's mainly it.
Did you sell all of those at the same time?
Yeah.
Okay. What do customers want? Like, what was the highest seller, what was the lowest seller out of that grouping?
Well, it started out, meth was the biggest seller at first, and then, you know, when the pandemic hit, it transitioned into the fentanyl mostly. Right now, that's what's trending as well.
Fentanyl's taking over the game?
Yeah, that's what everybody wants right now.
What is the cost of fentanyl?
Anywhere from $1,200 to $1,600 now.
What are the quantities that people are picking up, and how much do they pay for that?
Well, like a 8-ball, $350 for fentanyl. Meth right now at ice is way down, you know, it's like $125, $150 an ounce.
How does fentanyl get into a place like Owsley County?
You know, over time it's inevitable, you know, it's just gonna start bleeding over from the cities.
What has been the difference now that fentanyl has entered the game?
There's a lot more overdose deaths.
Do you think most people in this community know somebody that's overdosed?
Absolutely.
From what I understand, there's only one officer, one sheriff in the entire county. So is it pretty easy to get away with selling it?
No, it's not actually. There's a lot of state police, and you know we have a lady sheriff, but you know she's got deputies too.
Okay. In the business of that, are you ever paranoid or sketched out?
Oh, absolutely, you gotta be.
Have you had any close calls, or you ever been caught for doing any of that?
Yeah.
And what happened?
Went to jail at a traffic stop.
Traffic stop, and they found it in the vehicle?
Yeah.
Okay. What was that like?
Well, you know, it's pulled over and they've got a dog, they run the dog, and when it hits, they have probable cause of search.
Was your heart racing at this point?
See, I was nervous.
I mean, I would imagine. Do you feel like if there's more opportunities here for people, that they would be less likely to do drugs, and that drugs are kind of just a way to numb yourself if you feel like you don't have a lot of options?
No matter how much opportunity you have around a place, there's always going to be drug addiction no matter what. There's a lot of drug-induced mental illness.
I guess, is there any stories of that you like to paint people a picture of what you're talking about?
You know, people can be normal, and then after they say do methamphetamine for a while, like it just makes like schizophrenic symptoms and stuff like that, you know, it just really makes them come out, you know.
That sounds like it would be pretty scary to deal with.
Oh, yeah, it can be.
The United States has very high drug addiction issues from the city to rural and in between. What percentage of this area you think is on some sort of drug?
30 to 40%.
If you want to get clean, what are your options? Are there AA meetings? Is there therapy? Is there rehabilitation? Is there recovery homes? Like,
oh yeah, there's definitely there's rehabs and stuff like that. Yeah. There's not a whole lot of NA and AA meetings, but there is rehab.
How many like people in the area are like working like multiple jobs where they aren't just working one like 9 to 5, where they have to have something just to scrape by?
There's several.
Like, do you feel like people can't get by on just like one job anymore?
Around here, it's harder to get by on just one job.
do most people go into selling drugs simply for the extra income? And on a good month, what can you make selling meth, fentanyl, heroin?
It just depends on the quantities that you're able to obtain, you know, what kind of money you got to start out with, you know what I mean? If you got a little bit of money going into it, it helps a lot. At least enough to buy an ounce quantity of either.
What's the biggest week or month you've ever had in business?
Probably 20 grand.
20 grand?
Yeah.
What did you do with that money?
Well, I ain't got nothing to show for it now.
You pissed it away?
Yeah.
What kind of things did you spend it on?
Well, at the time, a lot of it I spent right back on drugs.
How has being in this business, like, impacted your mental health?
At first, you know, it impacted it severely, you know, but eventually, you know, you'd be surprised what you can normalize, you know what I mean?
Is there any thoughts that you like to share with people back home?
The only message I have to people back home is to try to put the fentanyl down if you can, you know what I mean? Because eventually, it will get you eventually. If you're f***ing with it all, you are going to die at one point, you know?
Well, thanks for sharing your thoughts and your story, and we'll see you in the next part of this episode.
We heard a rumor going around town that a female police officer damn near patrolled the entire town by herself. We went to her office to go talk to her. She was a little bit camera shy, but she did say her lieutenant would do an interview. Here's what he had to say.
I'm Tommy, I'm here with
Gavin Shanks.
You got a firm handshake. Tell me, what is it like being a deputy in Owsley County?
It's a pretty good experience. We definitely we get quite a bit of good calls and stuff. To be such a small town, we get into a lot of theft cases, a lot of dope cases.
When you refer to dope, which drug is that?
We get primarily a lot of methamphetamine cases. We do get a lot of marijuana use, but it's not typically something we don't worry about it as much as we do the other.
Do you feel like arresting someone for weed is kind of a waste of time?
Typically, I'll be honest, I don't arrest for weed. I usually write a citation and just seize the marijuana. If it's a very large amount, it kind of puts it into a different scale because it kind of bumps into like a trafficking case.
Yeah.
To me personally, I've never actually arrested on it. I always just write a citation for it.
Not that I'm in trafficking marijuana, but I just think it's, I feel like of all things you can be put in a cage for, weed is like, come on. Has theft gone up in recent years or has it stayed steady?
I think it's definitely, I think it definitely goes up and down. I think right now it's up a lot. I think one of the leading things of theft is drug use. I think a lot of people, when they start using drugs very heavy, it turns into theft to pay for an addiction.
Yeah. Do you think poverty creates drug addiction, or drug addiction creates poverty, or it's kind of the same side of the coin?
I definitely think, if anything, I think the drug addiction definitely is the lead to poverty before poverty will be the lead to drug addiction. You know, I speak to a lot of these people we arrest, and a lot of people we, don't arrest. We just have conversations with them, and a lot of them, whether they're telling the truth to me or not, they don't. I don't know, but they'll always say, I want to get off of it, I just can't, and so it kind of leads them down that path of not being able to stop, even if they wanted to. And I think it slowly leads to that poverty level because they're unable to pay for other things, trying to pay for that addiction.
If someone truly wants to get clean, what are the resources in the county for them to explore?
So one of the big things is, especially on these first-time offenders, we always try to give people the opportunity for rehab. We'll send them to a 90-day mandatory rehab, usually on the first and even second offense.
Who pays for that?
The county does.
That's really big.
If it's a mandatory rehab that we put them through, the county will have to take that in. We also have a rehab right here in the county.
What do you had to guess? What do you think the success rate of a 90-day rehab is?
Man, sadly, I'm gonna angle on the low side just because it's not because it doesn't necessarily work or that's not a good rehab. It's just that people don't have the drive for it, and it's hard to conquer that drive in such a short amount of time. It's usually a good refresher, and we definitely see a change in people. In that 90 days, you know, previous to us arresting you, and that 90 days, you will look like somebody we don't even recognize. But, you know, the biggest thing is after that 90-day rehab, what are you going to do with it? You know, are you going to continue to stay clean? And that's hard. A lot of people think that they can get out of rehab and go back to running with the same crew, and you know, it just 9 times out of 10 doesn't work out, you know.
How has fentanyl changed the game?
We are seeing an incline in overdoses here in the past, I'd say, year, and a lot of it leads back to fentanyl. We've had people we, you know, used to, if we came upon an overdose, we could Narcan somebody 1 or 2 times and we were able to get them back. Now we're seeing Narcan 9 to 12 times before we're getting a responsive patient back. So, I mean, it's definitely changed the game a lot, and you can't never tell what it's going to be inside of. We get people who had a guy owed a few weeks ago, and he may not have told me the exact truth, but he said all he smoked was a joint, and he ended up overdosing. When they cleaned his stomach, he had overdosed on fentanyl. And so, you know, whenever you look at that it could possibly be in marijuana and stuff, I mean, you never know what it's going to be inside of. You could smoke a joint and overdose.
What is it like carrying that with you? Like, I think a lot of people don't understand what law enforcement see on a day-to-day basis, because you see people on their worst day. You see the fight between the husband and the wife. You see the drunk. You see the person that just overdosed and died. Like, what is it like carrying that all with you?
I guess you just have to always make sure you don't take everything home with you, and try to just remember it's a job. It does get hard. Try to always be compassionate to people, and even though we see them on our worst day, a lot of people just see us and always think the very negative of it all, but we try to be compassionate to people and be understanding.
All right, folks, that was Owsley County. I think this is a very important American story to cover. I appreciate the people of Owsley County welcoming us in and sharing their story with us, because we're always thinking about what's the way forward. I wish that place the best. I wish some growth and prosperity in the future, and I'm glad we got to take an inside look. Thank you guys for joining me on this ride. I'll see you next time.
What the?
Well, we've heard our first explosion here at Slab.
Hey, TV, we just gon' drop the shit and we gon' fuck the song up.
Racist and murderers back there, probably.
Run up. They wanna fuck with me because I got my money up. These niggas act like the gang, but I swear they ain't.
We leave the bustle of Los Angeles and take a 4-hour drive through desert and desolate land to arrive at a spot known as Slab City.
It's freedom. It's like a little city in itself.
The city with no laws. This plot of land was once a military training facility known as Camp Dunlap. However, when that closed down in the 1950s, it became a city comprised of artists, nomads, squatters, outcasts, and retirees. It's a place where anything goes. In one moment, you may find yourself walking past clear signs of arson, and the next, you may find yourself sitting down with a peaceful old man talking about the meaning of life. People come here to escape the rules of society and to live a life of freedom. Today, we explore Slab City.
Okay, we're here at the Slab City gift shop. Let's explore. What do you think brings somebody to Slab City typically?
Everybody's got their own personal reasons.
What brought you here? It seems like an artistic...
I just knew somebody that was staying out here.
How often do people with video cameras show up here?
Like every day.
Really?
Yeah, that's why I usually charge $100 for an interview.
Yeah. Okay.
What do you mean by that?
All right, well, thank you for showing us around.
Man, no worries.
How'd you get the nickname Daddy? Because you take care of people?
Yes, pretty much. I always have a bed and always got food for people. And it is the best and worst place I've ever been.
What's the best aspect?
I have more friends here than anywhere else. Guess what I did 5.5 years ago? I got on my bicycle and I rode here from New York City.
No way. Yeah. What's the worst thing about Slab City?
There's an evil rumor mill that will say things about you that are not true. I've been accused of murder here. Where are you guys from? You look pretty buff.
Milwaukee.
Wow, Milwaukee.
Wisconsin.
I actually love Milwaukee. I helped open the Spin Ping Pong Club there. I used to work with Susan Sarandon.
What's your life philosophy?
Everybody dies, not everybody lives.
Do you feel like you're living?
Yeah, I think in 100 years, all those tombstones going to say, he died, she died, they died. And am I going to say this motherfucker right here lives?
That's a good quote, dude.
My last paid job was a college professor.
Really? What do you do for work now?
I'm too busy working. I have too much work to do to get a job. No, this is what I do. I'm always working.
Is there an alternate currency here, or how do people, do you need money to survive here?
Myself, actually, I tried to invent a currency here, but generally we barter or cut out the middleman. So I always say, money is not wealth, money is a measure of wealth. There was a girl here, she had a straight razor. I said, I'll give you $5 for that straight razor. She's like, you, I don't want your money. I said, I'll give you some. She said, yeah, sure, I'll take it. I gave her the for the straight razor. She sticks her hand up on the road here and goes, you want some? So
to a lady riding by on a bike, and she's like, I got cancer, thank you so much. I mean, we do live on a little bit of money, but less than $50 a month. Before I was a professor, I was an engineer. I'm actually a pretty well-known AI researcher. Got lots of talks online and all kind of stuff from my old life.
Definitely gonna be hard to gauge how much of that was true.
Oh no, he's definitely made all that shit up. I opened up a spin ping pong.
Talked to Susan Sinet, opened up a paintball place in Milwaukee. So he was an engineer, a bike deliverer, he saves lives.
Professor.
And known AI researcher. And he's a YouTuber. So far, you can already tell this is a place with characters. All right, so we see a sign, stop, donate, speak. Let's see if someone wants to talk. We saw the sign, we wanted to speak with somebody. Tell us where we are right now.
I mean, right here in Slab City on Bill Road.
Where'd you come from, Prince, before you came here?
I was in Columbus, Ohio.
How'd you find yourself from Columbus, Ohio to here?
Like, I was having, family issues at the time, so I was like, yeah, I just wanted to do something different. I think I was just scrolling on YouTube, and I was like, you know what, I really want to check this place out, because I was like, kept watching the videos. So honestly, I packed like 2 pair of shorts, 2 pair of shirts, and the socks, and I just drove across the country.
What did your family think when you made this move?
It was definitely like some awkward feedback from it. You feel freedom here, but then you miss like society, like what's going on back in society. You miss like restaurants, things like that, things like running water. You don't get that here.
So I imagine psychedelics are an integral part of community here, as you can tell by some of the psilocybin art. I'm interested to see what we will find in terms of spirituality, psychedelics, and things that people put in their body. Let's explore. So if we're looking at this map, folks, we see the range, the skate park, Oasis, the hostel. Does anything in particular stand out?
Definitely the skate park.
I'd say the cross made out of bullet holes.
Yeah, I feel like that's the most dangerous part of the area. No?
Nothing but racists and murderers back there, promise.
Can you tell us more about that?
No, they're all a bunch of good people, just can't live in society.
How long have you been in Slab City?
Off and on since like 2016, so it's 7 years.
And what brought you here?
I got pulled off a freight train in Yuma. I used to ride trains.
Oh yeah?
I don't anymore. I kind of live here for the most part. My boyfriend at the time had been here before and we came over. I got meningitis.
Okay. That's a pretty serious thing.
Pretty. I know, just after being homeless for years, I'd rather be home free out here than homeless on the streets.
Where have you lived homeless before?
All over the country.
Oh yeah?
Like from New York to LA. This is home to me.
This is the best place to live?
Mm-hmm.
What do you love about Slab City and what's not so good about Slab City?
There's the lack of judgment. Everybody comes here from different walks of life.
Can you tell me about your story as far as how you ended up homeless and how you ended up here?
Grew up in a Southern Baptist strict home in Texas. Lost my mom when I was young, raised by a single dad. Had grandparents, they tried. It was rough. I was in the 80s and 90s. Got pregnant at 19, got married. Had a few kids that didn't work out so well. I was in an abusive marriage. My kids are all 3 in college now. I did the right decision by, letting them stay with their dad. I was present for another 8 years after that. Had a mental breakdown to set my ex-boyfriend's car on fire.
Police ever come here?
They do patrol. They have to patrol.
Really?
And they don't want to stop. They want to patrol through and leave. If they get called out here, they have to come. And that kind of pisses them off.
Are you still in contact with your children?
Mm-hmm.
Do they say, Mom, we're worried about you, or Mom, we're happy for you? Or...
No, they just want me to be happy.
Does everyone get along pretty well around here?
Oh, no. Some people act like they're still in high school. You just stay away from each other. You have everything here you have in any other small town or big city.
How many people would you guess are here?
About 1,500.
Really?
Mm-hmm. In the summer, it'll dwindle down to about 200, 300.
Because it's so awfully hot?
Right.
As you can see, this recycling isn't a strong priority around here. Howdy, partner. On the lookout for something?
Yes.
What's your name?
Papa Cat.
Papa Cat?
Yeah.
And what are you looking for a jar for?
Nuts and bolts.
Nuts and bolts.
You guys need a tour guide?
I think at the moment we're just kind of wandering around and bumping into folks.
Part of the requirement, if you go on my tours, you have to microdose.
Yeah?
Because this is a strange place, so it helps you kind of ease into it. I do it too. We can go, and I've got some mushrooms in my knapsack, and we can all microdose if you want to do that.
What to you as a microdose? Are we talking
Not much. Do you need a tour guide?
At the moment, I think we're going to just pursue this on foot, but...
Where are you guys from?
We're from Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Hey!
You're from Milwaukee too?
Yep, 33rd North Avenue.
No way. What was it like growing up in Milwaukee?
I was in the ghetto. At age 6, I had a 22 and a straight razor.
Yeah.
And just waiting to come my neighborhood or get shot.
How long did you live there for?
I grew up in Milwaukee.
And when did you leave Milwaukee?
37, I joined the military. how to operate tanks, how to rebuild engines, how to weld, and how to shoot.
Yeah. How the heck did you start out in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and find yourself here? How old are you now?
63. It's free and you broke.
Yeah? What do you love about Slab City?
I know it used to be Camp Dunlop, a military base.
What's the worst part about Slab City?
It's the cowards who have to burn through houses.
Yeah, we've seen an alarming number of burned down structures and cars here. Are you still in contact with anyone back in Milwaukee? Any friends and family?
Yeah, we have video conferences.
I guess, would you say you had a normal childhood?
Yeah, I was a nerd.
So is this trash or treasure to you, Copycat?
Treasure. Some things I can pick up and make things out of.
How would you describe yourself in 3 words?
Nerd, introvert, self-reliant.
How would you describe Slab City as a whole in 3 words?
Ghetto, dumping, crazy.
What's the crazy side of Slab City? I hear people shouting in the background. What do you think they're shouting about?
They're talking to a puka.
A puka?
That's an imaginary friend. That plastic or glass.
Oh, this is glass. Is this of any use to you?
There used to be coffee creamer in this thing.
What advice do you have to the youth and to the people watching this?
Get education and don't let nothing bother you. And don't follow those sports figures.
Why is that?
You can't train a monkey to bounce a basketball. But you can't train a monkey to build a bridge.
What
99.5. I mean, nuts.
And where do you rank on that scale for here? Are you a 1 out of 10, not very nuts, a 10 out of 10, very nuts?
I'm a nerd. Let me nerds out here.
I heard some coughing in the background. I don't know if someone's doing drugs right now.
That's a puka.
Are you religious men?
Hell no, I'm beating that shit.
Guys, you ever meet a guy like Papa Cat? Ask him some questions. You'll learn something. Like talking to people in this kind of population is it's very hard to sort the truth from delusion. Oh.
What the?
Well, we've heard our first explosion here at Slab City. Is someone blowing up a car? I'm Tommy and I'm here with...
My name's Cash.
Is that a solar panel you got there?
That's his solar panel, not mine.
What are you trying to do with that?
He runs his laptop and stuff on it.
How do you guys figure out how to do all that?
I don't know.
What brought you here?
Friends was here, they talked about it.
Where'd you come from?
I come from the East Coast.
If you were to describe yourself in 3 words, what would you say?
Nice, polite, but I like to seclude a lot.
Would you say you're an introvert at heart?
Probably.
Looking for a place with a red roof. I think I see it down yonder. Well, hello there.
Howdy.
We were questing around and we were told come to the place with a red roof. Are you okay if we ask you a couple of questions?
Depends. Are you guys feds? You don't look like
No, we don't have any wires on our chest. We were just...
That's what a guy who has wires on his chest would say.
And now you saw my nipples, which I don't know if we can continue the conversation.
Sorry, man. Okay, I'll try and focus.
What the heck can you tell us about this place that we're at?
It's filled with interesting people.
I've met a bunch from so far.
You haven't met them all.
Are there a lot of nomadic folks here that come and go?
Well, depend on their parole situation, yeah.
Are there a lot of former inmates here?
That's what I've heard, yeah.
Yeah.
You get really nice, wonderful people, and you get some who you'd rather not meet.
How do you describe yourself in 3 words?
Hungry, thirsty, mobile.
Are you happy?
Sorta, kinda, yeah. This is a happier place than most.
Can you tell me more about that?
You don't need an expensive lifestyle to be here.
What is your life philosophy?
Right now, it's food, shelter, the basics. That's all you really need.
This might be going down deep territory, but what would you say the average person here, their home life? Was it good? Was it really tough?
Oh boy, you got a mixed bag. I'd say there is evidence that some people have been through a lot.
More and more in life, enjoying the really simple things, like feasting your eyes on this. I've never met God, I don't know him, but this certainly makes me wonder about him. The question is any liquor drank here? I don't know. When you were a wayward traveler, the inn, the pub, was the place that you gather at night, have community, have a drink, maybe fill your stomach with some nice local food. So let's explore this place and see what it has. I noticed a lot of crosses and Christian imagery here as we drove in. What percentage of people would you say here are Christian?
Well, it doesn't really matter because I believe that all of their beliefs intersect with Christianity. I think Christianity is about feminism and agreeing.
Really? That's a take that I've never heard before.
But I'm just a gay cat girl for Jesus, you know?
Well, I mean, someone's got to be, right? What makes you say that Christianity is about feminism?
If you had two opposing interests that don't necessarily go the same direction, like let's say this is how man moves and this is how God moves, right? Victory by the cross is just finding the intersection of those two things. So I think that it's an obligation of Christians to find ways that all of the other faiths would go to their heaven too, you know? In Eastern faiths, like it's possible to have multiple paradises, you know, like if you have a certain person who reaches enlightenment and they're like can create a paradise that's perfect for them, they can take people to that one, you know, like, but I have a friend who knows the Buddha, and I have a friend who knows Jesus, and I have a friend who knows the devil.
Are you happy?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Clap along if you feel that happiness is the truth.
Were you ever really not happy? In the opposite end?
Yeah, I grew up feeling like I grew up in hell.
Where'd you grow up?
Albuquerque.
And what made you think it was hell?
Oh, suffering. You know, like my parents were alcoholics, so they were absent, and I've been transgender since I was 1, but I couldn't start until long after I'd already left my family.
And was there an epiphany moment that you remember?
Like I started finding out that I was transgender by doing mushrooms.
How old were you when you did mushrooms?
I was in college. I was like, I don't know, maybe 21, 23, somewhere like that.
But you knew when you were 3, 4, 5 as well.
Right, like I knew, but the problem was that people told me that it was wrong. Like at 1-year-old, my own family called me a pervert. And there are no perverted 1-year-olds.
How did you even manage to move in a way that made you perverted when you were 1?
What I knew was that like my body was the same as other girls, but then like they would be like, what's that, you know? But I've had dreams since I was a child that I was a girl. You know, my gender is complicated. I've experienced parts of masculine and feminine identity. I always tell people that I've been love and war, you know? But
so what was it like growing up in a house out with alcoholic parents?
They just weren't really there.
Are you in touch with them at all today?
My mom's dead, and my dad still drinks alcohol, like my mom's still here.
What led you to, of all places, Slab City?
Oh, literally my father appeared, not my dad. My father told me to come here. He said, come here with your friend Marco Polo, let's start a war.
Who's Marco Polo and why you want to start a war?
Well, so my friend Marco, I call him Marco Polo because jokingly I think that he's a reincarnation.
You seem like you got a lot going on in that brain of yours. These are the first kids I've seen in Slab City.
We have kids everywhere. Like they have community here. I want to be able to have them get education and stuff, but a lot of people here are just against mainstream society. I have really surreal experiences like dying and coming back to life repeatedly.
Is that in the dream world?
No, like in my real
world?
waking life. Like if something would kill me, I just stay alive.
Have you ever been killed before?
Like literally? Like yeah. I mean like I've gone to hell. The devil told me to eat some black cherry Mike's Hard Lemonade and I felt myself come back to life.
Of all things the devil could have recommended, I feel like you could have made a better choice. We're going to continue our tour of the area and I appreciate you talking with us. Have a great day.
Take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
So this is California Ponderosa. It's a family-run place. The lady that owns it, she has teenage kids. The school bus picks them up right here.
Slab City in 3 words.
It's a unique place. I guess, yeah.
2 is good enough sometimes. Yeah. And what led you to this place? You could be anywhere in the world right now, and we're here together in Slab City.
I'm having a midlife crisis.
Well, better than a quarter life or a third life, right? What led to this midlife crisis?
So COVID happened, right?
Yeah, that.
Changed the whole damn world.
Yes.
And then right about a year into it, my last child grew up and moved out of the house. I got rid of my house and all my things and I bought a motorhome and now I stay here in the winter. So.
And how has that changed your life?
I feel a whole lot better.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Was it terrifying to make this leap?
Yes.
Can I first say that it smells galldarn delicious back here?
Delicious.
So what is it like being a kid in Slab City?
I've only been here for about a month and I like it so far. That's smart.
What's it like being a chef in Slab City?
It's different.
What's your favorite thing from the kitchen?
My favorite thing, probably the schnitzel or the chili.
You live a vastly different life than the average kid your age.
Oh yeah.
What are the benefits? What are the pros and cons of how you're living right now?
You don't really have to worry about like the city and all the noises coming around. You don't hear cars a lot.
How would you rate the community here?
I mean, I like it. I think the overall community, pretty cool.
Yeah. A lot of people come here because they don't have a place to live, or they got booted from their family, disowned. So yeah, they start something new. Like,
would you say you're happy?
Most of the time, yes.
And are you happier here than you were in other parts of your life, or less happy? How would you say it?
About, let's see, this would be the second place I would like. The first place is being back in Germany with family too.
Back in Germany? Are you German by?
I'm first generation German American.
Really?
Yep. The worst part is the summer. Summer sucks.
Because?
The heat. and it's pretty much crazy during the summer.
As a kid navigating this world, I don't know if you can tell, but a fair amount of the inhabitants have a strong habit of different drugs. What do you think about taking drugs, whether you're gonna stay clean or whether you're gonna...
I don't think I'd ever do drugs. My mom was a huge drug addict.
What was the drug she liked?
All of them, all the bad ones, all the white ones, and like bath salts.
Is there any other thoughts you guys have or want to add to the camera?
Oh, I'm just visiting.
Yeah, she's an Airbnb guest here.
You can book an Airbnb here?
Yeah, there's 3 of them.
If you don't mind me asking, what does an Airbnb in Slab City go for?
Well, depending on the place, really. Here, I think it's $33.
I think we should eat. I think we should enjoy the community, and we'll see you guys in just a couple minutes. If I gotta go to the bathroom, should I just find the best bush available, or is there...
Damien, will you show them where the bathroom is, actually?
Anywhere you are, you need to know a potential exit strategy if you have to poop urgently. And I'm gonna figure that out here.
It's valid.
I'm not happy. Are the pigs friendly? I'll see you guys in a second. What would be your Yelp review of this?
I liked it, honestly, but I feel like better than a porta potty, some nice wood instead of like a harsh plastic contrast.
So if we get food poisoning from these mushroom burgers, this is a safe bet?
I think so, yeah.
Like, what do you do for fun around here, man?
Go to skate park and get lots of play games.
How many other kids are your age around here?
4 or 5.
You're a chill dude, you know that?
Thanks.
Do you think he could have a French fry? You think that'll disrupt us?
He would eat a French fry in a second.
You know what? I'm even gonna give him the most juicy mushroom on my plate. Shop, can you sit? Good boy. What have we learned here at our time in Slab City, folks?
It's quite a welcoming community.
It seems like a lot of people really just value the sense of community that they have here, the ability to be alone and just away from kind of the hustle and bustle of modern world, it seems like.
Definitely a lot of introverts are here. But what's interesting about an introvert is if you get them talking, it's hard to get them not to talk anymore. Have a good night. Have a good one, y'all. If there's one thing I learned from Slab City, it's this. I met people from New York, San Diego, Milwaukee, Columbus, Ohio. And what that teaches me, we are never stuck, okay? You get to choose what your next step in life is gonna be. You get to choose your path. Action is the ink that writes the story of your life. And we get to choose what we believe in. Some people believe in that over there. Some people take some substances and see lots of visions. You only have one life. Be sure to live it. Be kind, be nice, be thoughtful, and listen to each other. We have a lot to learn. I'll see you next week.